Googling Savannah, and my sister was living in Brunswick, and I actually just packed up. My mom drove the U-Haul. I drove my car, and when I got to Brunswick, I put my stuff in storage. That next day to drive up to Savannah, and you know, I just
Mm-hmm.
what Diamond D? She said chit chat. So Diamond D went live.
No, I think she just used the link
It's
like
on.
we did.
Oh, oh,
Right.
okay.
So she can get her watch hours too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So
I'm
yeah,
back.
oh, okay, boo. So yeah, I ended up doing that. Now I'm gonna tell you the hard part is it was just me and my daughter here in Savannah. We didn't know anybody. So finding a job, I ended up just having the money that, for me getting my apartment, putting down a deposit for, my lights and all that. So my money was running low. So I actually jumped out of, most people be like $5,000, which is nothing, but I wanted something better for me and my daughter's future. Like I needed to work. So I ended up finding like a hotel um job, which was nothing, but I needed something. And then daycare cost so much.
Oh
I
yeah.
moved here, she was
Yeah.
3. I think she was 3 years old. So oh my goodness, yeah. But no family, no nothing.
Oh wow.
Right. I didn't know anybody.
So just you and your daughter, you moved to Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And did you meet people like through church, or how did you start meeting people?
Through the job. So I
Okay.
worked at one hotel, then I moved to another hotel working. So basically like that. And then I got on with this temp service that worked through the school board. Because
Mm-hmm.
mind you, I have a background, no felons, but Savannah was strict on, certain hiring for certain your background or whatever. So I ended up just applying, and the school board would not hire me, which
Oh
I
wow.
didn't understand because the temp service that I was working with let me still work with the district.
Sure.
So what happened was I had to write the superintendent, um, and I had to explain to her, I was young, I'm a mother now, and I am not that person I was before. I did a lot of things. I'm a changed person. And, I wrote a good long letter. And that letter sat on her desk for 2 months.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, 2 months. But she hired me. Nobody else could hire me in the district. And that's why I tell Tip, what's meant for you will be for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
the superintendent actually always would come to my job because um, it's a tech school. And
Okay.
I hugged her, I shook her hand, and I was like, thank you for giving me this opportunity for me and my daughter. She was like, she hugged me. She's like, you're welcome, baby. Y'all could have me
Wow.
period, and this ain't what I wanted to do.
Well, no, 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 no. I mean, you're just being transparent, you know.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. I tell Tip all the time, you got this. You got this. So,
Yeah. And I appreciate you. I appreciate all of y'all. Like I
yeah.
felt like a weight had been lifted after just letting it out yesterday.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not easy, but we make it work. It's definitely
Yeah.
not
Right,
easy, especially when you have children involved.
Right.
right. Diamond D, you want to tell not Diamond D, Dimple J, you want to tell Diamond D um what you had asked us the question that way if she
Oh,
can answer.
the question was, is it? I mean, hold on. Let me just make sure I get them all right. Which one is harder for you? Moving on, starting over, or letting go?
I'm gonna say starting over because
Right.
I'm sort of a procrastinator. if I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest. Yeah,
Right.
so starting over right now, I'm trying to get out of Jersey. I want to move from Jersey, but
Hmm.
it's just I don't know. I believe it's just probably me. Once I let something get in my head, it takes over. I'm worrying about this, I'm worrying about that. Sometimes you just gotta step out on faith and just move. Because if you
Right.
keep
Right.
thinking and overthinking and, oh, what about this? What about that? But I want to share something with you guys because, it's something that's going on. You guys see me in the chat and I'm always like laughing, talking, just bugging out with you guys. It's like sort of a release, if you will, from personal life or whatever. So
Yes.
around Christmas time, I was feeling like sick all the time. I was just feeling like fatigue and just not yourself. You know when you're not yourself. So I was
Right.
putting it off, going to get checked out. Just out of, I guess, fear. Sometimes then you Googling stuff and you're like, oh, what is this? What is that? What's this? So you just Googling. So I finally went. I just couldn't take it. It was months of just feeling bad. So I ended up going to the hospital, and I ended up staying. They did some blood work. So long story short, on April 11th, I was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. So
Wait,
you guys
what?
probably know state. So on April 11th, I was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. So you
Oh,
guys probably
wow.
would think that
Oh,
because
God.
they're bugging out all the time. So about 3 weeks ago, I was feeling when it first happened, I started not to get treatments. First of all, I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this because you see people that go through treatments and they're like, sometimes that chemotherapy, um, it makes the situation worse. I believe sometimes.
Right.
So
Sure.
about 3 weeks ago, I was feeling crazy again. So,
Mm-hmm.
let me backtrack. I did decide to do the treatments for my kids because if for nothing else, I got to be here for them. It's not fair
Yeah.
for me to make decisions without thinking of them. Kids don't ask to be here, so it's their responsibility to take care of them. So I have to be an adult
Right.
about things and, just do things that's going to benefit them in the end. So about 3 weeks ago, I was feeling crazy again. So I went back to the doctor throughout treatment. So they did what's called the PET scan. So unfortunately, they
Okay.
found that the cancer is now spreading. So
The PET scan. The PET scan is
yes,
actually it's a bigger scan of the
yes,
body for the
Yeah.
cancer. I know I'm
yeah.
very familiar with the PET scan. Hmm.
Okay, so now it's going to be spreading to the bone now. So
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
have upped the treatment, and we're trying different things to up the treatment. But
Hmm.
recently, it's been making me sick. So I was talking to
Oh,
Right.
my mom about discontinuing, but she's not really feeling that. She's like, you gotta just keep on going with
Hmm.
this. You can't just give up like that.
Hmm.
So
I love you, Diamond D. I love
It's
you,
okay.
baby. I
We
love
here,
you. I
Diamond.
love you.
Love you so much,
I
Diamond.
love you, honey. Oh my goodness.
so
You
It's
got
okay.
this.
You are strong and you have us with you.
Be right here by your side, Diamond.
And
so
Diamond D. Go ahead.
yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
it's
ahead, sweetie.
like you got kids, you bring them here, and first thing you think when you hear something like that is, what would happen to your kids, if something happened to you. And that's just my dilemma. Like the treatments are now making me sick, but
Right.
you know what happens when you stop them. You know how it goes.
Right.
So
You're
at
not
this time,
giving yourself a fighting chance if you stop, right?
yes,
Right.
yes, yes,
Right.
yeah,
And your children are far more important, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you want to live in, and do whatever you can
yeah,
Absolutely.
for your children, right?
of course, yes, yeah.
But
So,
but we know that, and I I believe that you're a believer, right?
of course,
And
yes, yeah, yes,
so we
definitely.
know that, like I told Tips yesterday, that God did not bring you this far to let you go. And
Yes.
Yes,
what you're going through now is your or your testimony, right?
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Yes.
yeah,
Even though, it's testing your strength, sometimes a strong people
mhm,
need to be able to be vulnerable, right?
yes,
And know
Mm-hmm.
that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to um not always be strong, and allow the people around you to
yeah,
love on you and be
Yes.
your strength. So you need to dig your claws in and
mhm,
allow the people around you to be your.
I realized that yesterday. Definitely. Y'all have no idea, you know.
I'm so
Right.
grateful that Dumpers J is on here because this
Yes.
is
yeah,
hard. This is hard. It's hard.
yeah, and also the scan also showed something on the lungs. So now
Mhm.
I have to get a biopsy because they have to make sure that that's not that's just a that's not a spot. That it's just I don't know. I'm
Mhm.
just my head is all over the place. I'm like, this shit is
And that's expected, when you're going through something that's very, traumatic, as far as your health wise. You
crazy.
have two small children, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
are, you're working, you're
yes,
trying, in the back of your head you have a goal to move. You
mhm,
also have your other family members, right, that
yes,
you have there that you're thinking about as well, right?
of
But
course,
that's to be expected for your mind to be everywhere, right? But
yeah,
know that, and it's easier for people like myself to say this, right? Because we're on the outside looking in, and
mhm,
it's easy for us to say, let God order your steps, right? It's
yeah,
very easy for me to say. But
Mm-hmm.
what I will tell you is that, again, he didn't bring you this far to let you go. He knows that you have, smaller children. You have to continue the fight. You
Yeah.
have to continue the fight. And even on those days that you don't have the energy or the strength to, fight,
mhm,
just keep trying. That's all you can do, is to keep trying. Wake up every day and keep trying. I do know that chemotherapy, it tires you out. I've shared
yes,
that I've lost both my
Right.
parents to cancer, and I I watched them both, dwindle away.
yes,
However, what I will tell you is that this is just, for me, I look at it as, this is just a temporary situation for you. I
mhm,
don't believe that this is like your final destination, right? I
No.
don't believe that. I
Right.
don't think
Uh-uh.
like that. I'm always looking, I'm looking at the bigger
Positive.
picture.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
That's the
yeah,
word I'm looking for. I'm looking at the bigger picture, but I'm also looking at the positiveness, right? Again, this
Mm-hmm.
is a testimony for you to be able to help younger women, right,
yeah,
with children.
yes,
And I mean, I'm not a therapist. I'm not, and I say this all the time. I'm just only speaking, on my experience that I've dealt with, right? And how do
yes,
you handle something um of this caliber, that's going on in your life.
yeah,
I've never experienced anything as for myself personally, but what I will tell you is that you're very strong, and to be able to still raise your children how you are, raising them. I heard you the other night and how patient you are, and how,
Mhm.
you weren't, fussing with your kids because they were talking. And I
Yeah.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
you're a very good person. And
Right.
Oh, and
I feel
she got a genuine spirit. Like I could feel it
Yes.
through the phone. She made, I mean,
Mhm.
even in the time of her going through what she's going through, she uplifts
Yeah.
everybody in the chat and have us laughing. And
She texts
oh
me
my
every day,
God, yeah,
and you know what? That makes a big difference when you're a truly
Mhm.
good person like that. Despite what you're going through, it makes it makes a huge difference.
I'm gonna read some of the comments in the chat if you guys don't mind.
go
Okay.
Um,
ahead, Dr. Shay, go ahead.
and I think this is how you pronounce it. Is it Chanel C? She says Diamond D, and she has the prayer hands up. She says, "You will be victorious and be a testimony for others. God is a healer, and He got you." And I'm a
Yes.
firm believer of God having you, and I'm a firm believer that He is a healer. He is a way maker. I
Yeah.
am a firm believer of those things. So, Chanel C, thank you
Definitely.
for even, putting that in the chat. I needed to hear that myself. But
Right,
Diamond D, this was directed to you.
Yes.
right,
Just know that He is a healer.
Yeah.
He's a way maker. He's gonna make a way for you.
Yeah.
Chocolate decadence. I couldn't even say that. Um, got the prayer hands up, and Latanya Lee says, "Lord have mercy." Sharon Leatherwood is saying, "Hey Dimples, panels, tips for Honey Vanessa and Diamond D in chat." Roz is saying, "Hey y'all, hey Roz."
Hey, Rose.
Sharon Leatherwood is speaking, and Sharon McMillan is, has the prayer hands up. So,
Dr. J,
let
can
me.
you see what Vitamin Girl? She asked
Oh,
her a question.
I didn't see
Um,
that. I don't
she
see her on my end.
It
she
says,
said,
"Hello,
"Hello."
everyone. I have a
Go
question.
ahead.
How did you find out? What was your symptoms? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, uh, it was around right. I would say right before Christmas. I was having like pain in the stomach, even like a bowel issues, like going repeatedly when I would eat something. I'm like, it's like not being graphic, but you know how something just goes right through you. You eat something, you're like, what the hell's going on? So that's what started the symptoms from there and the fatigue. But if I didn't prolong going to the doctor, but it would have never gotten to that stage. You know what I'm saying? If when I was feeling like that, I should have immediately went. So when you guys feel crazy, you feel sick, you feel pain, you feel anything, it's best to just go get it checked out. Because it might be
Right,
something and it might not be something, but prolonging what's going on is not going to change if it is something. That's the only thing it's going to do is make a situation worse by sitting on it, being scared. Like, if I go, what are they going to say? Because regardless, you got to find out. You got to find out anyway. Whether you go willingly on your own or something happens and you have to be, called an ambulance, you're going to find out eventually. Your body is going to shut down. It's going to find a way. So, it's just, you have to stay on top of things like that. You just can't just let things go. So, yeah, that's how. And they do blood work, they do extensive blood work. And
Right.
I don't know, it's just, I felt like something was wrong. But
That would
in
be.
my mind, I didn't want to think that. But in the back of my mind, I felt something. Because I'm not a person that gets sick. There's some people that's always sick, and just sickly people, but that's not me. So when something
Right.
like that happens, you know your own body. You know something's wrong. You know what's normal for you, and you know what's not normal for you. So you know your body, and you should listen to your body when you feel funny or weird or strange, or what I'm saying. When you feel anything like that,
right,
it's best to just get it checked instead of putting it off to the back. Because if it is something,
Mhm.
it's not going to go away. It's just going to
Right.
make situations worse by not going to get it checked out. You know.
Diamond D, I have a question for you. Does colon cancer run in your family?
My grandmother had it. I want to say, so she's passed on. That's not what she passed away from, but she did
Sure.
have it in 2000. My son was born 2003. I want to say probably like 2001 because I have an older son too. He's 20. So I want to say my grandma had it in 2001, but she was the only person that had it. I had my other grandmother did have breast cancer before, but yeah, that's about it as far as I know, like immediate family.
Mm-hmm.
Tip, somebody trying to come up on your panel? I mean, up the backstage or somewhere? Who trying to come up?
Let me see.
You say can one of my mods block backstage?
Yeah. No, it was spam in the chat.
Oh, okay, okay. Um, I also lost my stepdad to cancer. Um, this is a really touching. This is really touching.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, you got this, baby. You got this.
Hey, Diamond D, I have another question for you.
Sure.
Um, as far as work, because I know you mentioned that you were, tired. I mean, chemotherapy is exhausting. I mean,
Yes.
it wipes you out. With work and everything, have you signed up for FMLA?
No, I haven't. So I work from home. So that's the really good thing. So I work from home. But yeah, I
Right.
haven't. I'm just gonna continue to go as long as I can. You know,
Right.
that was
But
my plan to do.
are you familiar with what FMLA is?
Not, I've heard of it, but I don't
Okay.
know, exactly what it entails, but
So
I have heard of it before. Yeah.
So let me tell you a little bit about FMLA, right? I'm not an expert, but I am a manager, in
Mhm.
the field of work that I do, right?
Yes.
And I literally have 34 years of experience, right? Of 34 years working, right? But of those 34 years, 30 years have been in a management position. And what I will tell you is that I don't know how long you've been on your job, and if you work full time, part time, but you need to check with your HR to see if you qualify for FMLA. FMLA is the Family Medical Leave Act.
Okay.
And what that does, it protects your time, meaning that it protects your job. It
Mhm.
doesn't pay you. If you
Mhm.
take time off, you would have to use your PTO or your whatever,
Mhm.
your sick leave. You would have to use that leave, right? That
Yeah.
that those hours to take time off. However, FMLA protects the time that you take off from work. So, for example, if you are approved for FMLA for
Mhm.
your illness, right?
Yes.
You can, if you end up not feeling well that morning and you call in sick, they will count and say you are out for 4 hours, right? Those 4 hours, of course, you would use your PTO or your vacation time, however they call it on your job.
Mhm.
But those 4 hours that you use would not count against you, right? Because it would
Okay.
go towards your illness for FMLA, right? You need to check into that because FMLA has protected many employees. Even when my
Right.
employees are if they're on, like, if they are having surgery, I always encourage them to apply for FMLA, to fill out the FMLA forms online, contact HR to get it going. I've even myself have started an FMLA case for my employees. So it's imperative for you to do that for yourself because it protects your job.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And I had that
So
on my job. What is it? Dimple J, that's like a long term, short term.
nope, it's different
Um,
from Nope, it's different from long-term and short-term disability. FMLA is just the overarching policy that protects your job. It just,
Okay.
if you go in, if you go in and say that you have, migraines, right? And you get your
Mhm.
doctor fills out the paperwork and say that, yes, Vanessa, has migraines. There's paperwork they fill out, and then they send it back to your human resources. Human resources will, input that information in the system. So every time you call into your supervisor and say, hey, I'm not coming in today. I'm taking 8 hours today because, I'm having a really bad migraine. What they will do is those 8 hours will go towards, FMLA, and it's protected. But if I
Okay.
call in sick and say, I'm not, say if I don't have FMLA and I call in sick and I say, I'm not coming in today because I had a headache. That's, you called in, so that's unapproved, time that you called in, and it can be considered an occurrence, right, with your job, because you called in. It wasn't a planned vacation or a planned day off. But with FMLA, if you call in and your reasoning for calling in is because of your illness that's covered under FMLA, then they can't count that time against you. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Mhm.
Now, if you are on a leave, then that's when you would take short-term disability.
Okay.
But then if you are on
Okay.
a longer leave than short-term, right? That's called long-term disability.
Right.
Okay.
So there's a difference between those, um, the three of them. So FMLA, remember, protects your time. It doesn't pay you. It protects your hours when you call in sick based on the illness that you have been diagnosed with, right? So again, you would have your doctor fill out the information. Your HR will send you the paperwork, or they may send it to your provider, but most of the time, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, they'll send it to you, and then you would turn around and then take it to your provider, and your provider will fill out all the medical necessity information. And once they fill it out, they most likely will fax it back to your HR department, and your case gets started. Well, your case is started once request the FMLA.
All right.
Okay.
And then
Um.
Okay.
mhm.
And
Diamond D. Audrey say, have you had a second opinion? She said because her cousin's doctor gave her cousin had brain cancer for 6 months. It's been 2 years still living, and nothing's changed.
mm,
Or she changed
yeah,
doctors.
I actually did get a second opinion, and it was still the same diagnosis from the other physician, from the other oncologist as well. So yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Um Bertha Hayes put in a comments that her daughter used FMLA when she fell sick 11 years ago. So FMLA is not just for the employee. FMLA is for your family members. So for example,
Mhm.
if your mother or a sibling is taking care of you and taking you to your chemotherapy appointments, your doctor, they can request FMLA, right, from their job. Then what they would be doing is they would take the packet of information they get from their HR, and they will send it to your provider. Your provider will complete that paperwork on their behalf so that they can be approved for FMLA. So for example, if your mother's approved from FMLA to take you to your chemotherapy appointments, then she would be able to say, call into her job and say, I won't be in the office between 9 and 3, right? Those hours from 9 to 3 would be considered FMLA hours, and they won't count it against her. It won't be considered an occurrence.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
How that works too for family members.
I'm
Thank
definitely
you.
gonna
I'll
look
be able.
into it. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
And then was Jay, like maybe sometime, whenever you had time, could you do like a panel for like business? Cause I'm stuck on a lot of that too. I know you got your business, but I was telling Tip yesterday. I said I wish Dimples Jay would do a panel for like how you starting off your business and really like the protocol of the steps of how the
Sure.
take to
Yeah,
keep it.
that would be
So, and
interesting.
now I will tell you, I'm very basic. I do have, a business. I do have my EIN. I do have my DBA. I do have my logo, and I do have a catchphrase, right? And
Mhm.
I don't have my LLC yet, right? But I had you can still do business, right? You can still,
Mhm.
sell things with a DBA, right? But to to protect your company, you should have an LLC. But I want to make sure that once I do my LLC, I also want to trademark my logo and my catchphrase because it's mine, right? I created it, right? And
Right.
so I make sure that that's protected. Now, I have sold things on Facebook. I mean, I've gone, I had a vendor um I've actually, went to the city to New York and purchased a bunch of, item merchandise, and I sold on Facebook. And I will tell you, I mean, and I still have some things. I only went on Facebook Live twice. And I did one Facebook Messenger Live with a party of people.
Mhm.
Literally, I will tell you, not to tell my business, but I'll just share with you. And it's all about like your sales pitch, right? And
Mhm.
and how upfront and outgoing you are, right? Um, Literally, the merchandise that I bought, I paid $500 for it. No lie, right? I
Mhm.
went Facebook Live, and I still have a few things that I only went twice on Facebook. I think I went. Let me make sure. Twice on Facebook. I think I went twice on Facebook Live, and I did have that party on Messenger. I made $1,100
Mm,
Wow,
okay.
off of
big pop.
the. That's the profit I made, $1,100, right? And I mean, I do have a lot of new vendors that I've been getting. I just haven't made the time to purchase, the items, but I will. I don't have everything together, but what I can do is I will look for the video from Miss LaTruth, and I will share that with you guys. I'm all about each one teach one, right? I always say I am. I will share that video with you. I have to find it. It's on another one of my phones. And so I will find it and I'll share it. I mean, um, she really gave some really good information out. She also shared like some of her vendors. I never reached out to any of her vendors, but it was just the information. And she, taught, I think she talked a little bit about like going like how to build your Facebook, page. I mean,
Right.
I don't I didn't really care about that so much. I was more into, okay, how do I get my business going? And
Right.
I screen recorded it because I wanted to remember it all. And I just started, following some of the things that she shared. Now, I'm a procrastinator too, Diamond D. And that's exactly why I haven't really flourished with my business. But I will tell you, I can sell ice to an Eskimo on everything I love. I really can. And work work has me like really busy. During the week, I did share with you guys that I'm on conference calls really, sometimes 7:30 in the morning to 4 in the evening. Sometimes during the day, if I'm not facilitating a call, and like if KIM goes live or Brittany goes live, I could jump in the chat and chit chat, but I'm on a call, it doesn't require me to speak or pay too much attention, but I am on a lot of conference calls. However, that's also another thing that kind of keeps me from, moving forward. But I will share any knowledge that I have. I'm all about sharing, let me tell you something. I mean, thank God for my daughter, right? Because my daughter always says, Mom, we're in the information age. We're in the age where, Google is everything. All you have to do is Google everything, right? And
Right.
Google is my very best friend. I even tell that to my staff. If you don't know something, Google it. Come back to me. I'm always telling
Yeah.
that don't come to me with a problem unless you have somewhat of a solution, right? Because if you have a somewhat of a solution, I can help, figure it all out. But if you come to me and you want me to provide a solution, you may not like my solution, right? It may not be a win-win for you. It's going to be a win-win for me and the company. So if you come to me partially with something, then we can work with it. But if you come to me and you want me to make the decision, you might not like it. So my goal is to always empower them to be their best self, right? And so I will, I Google everything. Even like tips. Yesterday when you were talking, I was actually in the nail salon, right? And you mentioned something about like I copied and pasted and put it in your chat. I think it was about expungements or something. It was something,
Yeah.
and I
Uh-huh.
paste that in your chat. I Googled Georgia and what you said, and I copied and I pasted in your chat because I mean I love Google. I mean I don't know everything. I know a little bit about something here and there, but I don't know everything. But whatever information I do have, I will definitely share with you. And Vanessa,
I asked when Tips got off her live, we talked, and
mhm.
I said I'm gonna reach out to Double J. She said that'd be a good thing if she do a panel.
We just said that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would. I don't mind. I would, if you guys, I'll figure something out and try to put something together. Remember, I'm a procrastinator. Work keeps me, super crazy. And so
We
a
understand.
lot of
We appreciate you, though.
yeah,
For whatever time or whatever you can offer us. You.
yeah. Yeah, and it really touched my soul. Like I was sitting at the nail salon just waiting my turn, right? And
Mhm.
I went to get my eyebrows waxed, and I was actually really taking my niece, but to get her eyebrows waxed yesterday. But she she had homecoming this weekend, but she messed up. She went to class. She was late 5 times at her class. And I'm like, look, yo, I'm not taking you. You're not going to homecoming. Your weekend is over, boo. And so I was like, go. And she was like, she looked at me real crazy, right? And she knows my sister and I, we rock steady, So
Yeah.
whatever I say, it rolls. That's just how it goes. You're not going. And if you miss again, you're not going, you quitting. I'm taking you out of volleyball. She looked at me like, yo, and she plays JV. But and people laugh at me because they're like, wow, you sound like your mom. I said, well, I might as well be because when you see them, you see me. For real. but I was sitting there in the nail salon waiting to get my eyebrows waxed, and you just touched my entire soul. And I thought, wow, you haven't been in trouble. You have been living, a you know you've been living the productive life as
Right.
a productive citizen here in life. You're trying to change your life and do better, but
Right.
the devil is busy. He will throw a monkey wrench in your life real quick and have you all tongue tied and twisted up, right?
Right.
And that's why I said to you that's why I said to you yesterday, a delay is never a denial. Just because it's delayed does not mean that that's a no. It's
That's
just it
right.
ain't your turn yet, and there's
Right.
something God may have in store for you that he may need for you to do, right? And so, and I don't know what that is, but whatever it is, just hang on and be patient. Because just like I said yesterday, and I said to Diamond D today, God didn't bring us this far to be like, I'm done. You're done with you. Like, you know what
So
I'm saying?
true.
He didn't go, I'm done. No, that's not how
Right.
he works, right? He just puts us through a test. Again, here for you, a testimony,
Way
right?
too far.
hmm But
Yeah.
you know what though, and this is just to test your strength too. To stick it up and look, to be even to come on this panel yesterday, or even be on here, anybody that shares anything personal, for you to be transparent, knowing how some of these people are, they will take that and use that against you. But what you need to do is just remember that, what, they're not your judge, right? They're
Right.
not your how do they say, they're not the judge and the jury, right? they
Right.
they don't they don't make the final say, right? And honestly, what people say about us, do you really, honestly, keep it 100, right? You feel me? Keep it
Mm.
100. Do you really care what those people say about you? I mean, really?
Hell no.
Right. Right. They don't know you. See, they
Right.
pull the side out of you that, they pulled the side out of me. And look, and I'm mad at myself that I allowed myself to like get on here and be cussing and hooping on. Cause like I
We
said,
all have to do it at least once, though, Dimples.
right.
One
They
They
one
make
and
you do
done.
that. And they do. They really make you
It
do that. And that's
they'll
not
piss you.
that's not me.
Yeah,
Uh-uh.
I mean, I likes to kick it and have a good time, and I'm sure
Right.
everybody else does too. Who wants to get on
Right.
here cussing people out you don't know? Like,
Right.
really, what do we get out of that? Nothing.
Nothing.
People tell you read them. I don't really give a hoot about them, because what I
Because
do
when
know
you know
that.
who you are and what you stand for, you really don't. Like,
No, but
Uh-huh.
wait, let's change it and say, when you know who you are and whose
Ooh.
you are,
Yep.
it
right.
don't matter
Yep.
whose you are, because you know who you are, but who you belong to, right? You
Right.
belong to God. And so, who are these people? They don't have a final say on anything that you do. They don't
Exactly.
know
Right.
you. They will dox you and pull up stuff about you. Okay, so what? I'm not ashamed of who I
But
am.
the thing
Who I
about that is that's who I was. That's not who I am now. So you could,
it,
I mean, the things that you pulled
right.
up, I could have told you, if you go back on some of my videos, I done told you, so you're not
Right,
shaming me. I'm a
right,
changed person.
right.
So,
And so
and
when people say those negative things about you, that was you back then. That's not who you are
Right.
today. And
Right.
if you were that person back then, if you were that person today that you were back then, things may be a little bit different with them.
Ooh.
They they
oh yeah,
they 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 need to be careful and worry, because they
Uh-huh.
don't
right,
they don't know how you roll, how you moved, right?
My
and
thoughts
right.
and so
exactly.
and so yeah,
That's
and
true.
so you just have to, we, not you, we just have to, I'm not going to speak for y'all, I'm going to speak for myself, right? Because I can't really speak for y'all, but I will speak for me. As far as Sabrina, I'm not going to really stoop to their level, because I know what God has for me is for me, and that no devil in hell can take it away from me, right? And I know that anything that I go through, it ain't my karma, it's what God, has wanted me to go through for my test. So when people say that's your karma, yeah, we know there's karma, right? And
Right.
so you want to put out positive, vibes in the air, right? Because you don't want no bad juju. I will get away from somebody that got some bad juju out there. If you doing some real foul, I'm out of here. Like I
Wait.
personally, I can't stand for, like, I had a friend girl for a long time that was messing around with married men. And I was like, yo, I can't stomach that. You digging in my spirit with that, man. I need to get away from you, because I don't want that to be, jumping off over here, that negativity, and I
Right.
let her go, and I'm okay with that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
okay with making those types of decisions and being okay with it, right? Because anything that, disturbs my peace, I'm letting you go. I don't care if you're family, friends, or
Right.
whoever. I'm up out of here. I'm up out of there.
Right.
So but I was saying, Tips, you really touched my soul, like deep down in my soul. And so, I was thinking about you as I was leaving, and even up until I was getting, ready to go out last night, you still was lingering, in the back of my head, right? Just because I'm like, wow, like what can she do? I mean, we know that there's a reason for everything, right? And that
Yeah.
maybe, for right now, we know that this is temporary. God is going to open up a door, and
Definitely.
boom, you're going to have the job you want, right? And the job that you're doing, I must say that you have to have a hell of a heart to take care of someone else, right? I
Yeah.
I mean, I have a heart, but I don't have it in me to change people's behind. I would change my parents, my daughter, but to change a ranked stranger and to
Right.
do all those things for a ranked stranger on a everyday basis, that is not my calling. My
Mm-hmm.
calling is managing people and inspiring people, and empowering people. That's my thing. But to
Right.
take care of people, Tips, that's, I mean, that you a dope soul to do that. I will tell you, my daughter does that too. My daughter works for a family. She also is a mental health practitioner. And
Okay.
my daughter if you have a private family, you
Mm-hmm.
can make so much money. My
Oh,
daughter makes extremely good money. So hearing you talk about that man that you were taking care of, I get it, because when I tell you, my daughter, she's been summer everywhere, um, with that family. They love her to the point where, like, they want to send her to nursing school and they pay for it. You
oh,
feel
that's
me?
awesome.
So the job that you're
Wow.
doing, stay the course. Do not get distracted. Do not get sidetracked. Stay the course. Do not let the
Definitely.
devil throw you off, because that's what he wants, right?
Exactly what he wants.
He
Yeah.
Mhm.
he comes to kill and destroy.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're exactly right.
stay the course.
I
And
appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. And Vanessa, the other thing I was going to say about you is that, Vanessa, you make dope items. Like, Vanessa, you really should be selling. I don't know if you have
I
your
don't know how
face.
to get it. I don't know how to. I'm confused. That's why I was saying I don't. I'm confused. Like I started over a year ago. I was selling a lot of stuff on Facebook. Um,
Yeah.
and then what happened was I changed my name, and that's when I got my LLC. And it's just like
Oh,
it's harder to sell over there now. And then I went
Why?
to McCarty, and McCarty I was selling a lot too. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, I
I'm
know what McCarthy
confused.
is. But wait, why did you stop on Facebook? I don't understand why. Because that's where your audience is Facebook.
Um, I don't. I mean, well, because really, I go over to Facebook, but I don't. I try not to be over there too much. Maybe I need to.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
where you
know.
need to be. That's where your business is at. Your business is not here on YouTube with this foolishness. Your business is on Facebook, so that you can start. See, you make really pretty items. You bejeweled everything. I've seen the bottles. I've seen the shoes. You need to get
Mhm.
your stuff, put your stuff back on Facebook, and have people share. You need to have people
Okay.
share your stuff. Get out there. You have pretty videos, and you have it all lit up, and put it out there. I know several of women that's on my Facebook page. I don't even know them, but I'm friends with them, right? And
Mhm.
I share their stuff. I share their items. When they post something, I share it in public groups, because you share them in
Okay.
public groups, everybody is seeing them. Everybody get to see them. And just because you may not get a hit here and there, or you get a hit here and there, that's okay. But if you keep posting and have your friends on your Facebook share, let them share, right?
Okay.
But keep that somewhat separate from your personal Facebook page, right? And I don't know how you
Okay.
do that, because you
Well,
probably have
I have
every
a business page, But it was just like I wasn't really doing too well on that. It was more on my personal page, so I got confused on that. So I shut the business page down on Facebook, and I, Denver J, I don't know. I really don't know. I told Candace. Candace was, with her business and stuff. I
Yeah.
was asking her, but I'm like, I'm so confused.
Don't be confused. Don't be confused. Just do it. I mean, you're making the items, right? You're making the shoes. You're making the water bottles. I saw that. You're making cups. You know, do it. You know what else too? I mean, as far as like making things, like I wanted to get in the t-shirt business, right? I just don't have the time. But I mean, there's so many TikTok videos out there and them people telling you how to do it. Man,
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had more time, but that's why I'm trying to hurry up and retire. I'm trying to save so I can retire and be done so I could do stuff like this. But you have a niche for that kind of stuff. I see it. You can sell. You're not selling anything on YouTube. What you doing on YouTube? You're not selling it, right?
No, I
You just
just thought
posting.
maybe I could advertise it. I don't know.
Right. I mean, look at the negative vibes that people give, right? So if I were you, I mean, I would still post it on your shorts because they say I was reading that, you post on your shorts, it gets more, visibility, right?
Yeah, it does.
People
Right.
like, right. And because so many various people are watching, right? But I would go back on Facebook with your items and sell them, sell your items. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
And then you know what?
Oh,
Don't One of the things you don't do is I wouldn't put my price out there. Let people ask you, right? I mean,
okay.
until you start like being able to have, what's the word? Inventory. Unless you have inventory out there, then you could put your prices out there. Shoes $25, shoes $100. I don't know how much you sell, but let me tell you something. I bought some bejeweled, some bedazzled Chucks, right? Like 5 years
Mm-hmm.
ago, um, and yeah, it was 2017. I bought them. A girl from California made them for me. She charged me $125 to do them, right? And I paid
Mm-hmm.
it. She's all the way in California, and I paid her the money. And she
And I'm gonna
bedazzled
tell
it.
you, Dimple J, I'm not even that expensive. So a lot of people
See,
said you
don't
not
sell yourself
charging
short.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something. You have to sell your item. Let me just say this. For me personally, say you pay $20 for it. You want to make 3 times your money,
Right.
right? So if you pay $20 for it, you should be selling it for 60,
Right.
at least
Because they
60.
said that.
That's
Then she was like your time that you put into it, the
yeah,
jewels,
Yeah.
and
you
then you
have to
gotta
be.
add the shipping. And then how about if they're buying it, just say even through your business page off, Cash App, you charge for that because and so I never thought about it, but
Yeah, you gotta think about the cost, right? So
right.
what helped me too, right? When I was selling my merchandise, because I sold, inspired designer bags, right? Triple
Mm-hmm.
A quality inspired, designer inspired bags, right? And what I did was I gave them free shipping. Who doesn't want free shipping?
Right.
Right.
So,
Mhm.
Right.
you could start off by doing that, right? Free shipping, right? And then from there, then you kick in your shipping price. But you have to make your money. You have
Right.
to make your money, you know, and people will buy. Listen, I never knew that girl. I ended up
Right.
becoming friends with her on Facebook after, when I bought the shoes or whatever. And I mean, she, like I said, she charged me $125. Now, a friend of mine from Chicago, I wanted some red chucks, right? But I wanted it to have a leopard tongue, and I wanted the toes to be bedazzled, right? The girl he found a girl in Chicago where he's from to make the shoes. She charged him, you ready? And I wanted a mask to match. So the tongue was leopard and the mask was leopard, right?
Right.
She charged him. Now I know how much a pair of Chucks cost, right? We know Chucks are $49.99,
Right.
right? That they $49.99. She charged him, ready?
Right.
$250, including shipping
Oh
to
my
me.
God.
So
Wow.
Vanessa, you're selling yourself
Wow.
short. You are
Yeah.
selling yourself short. So if you
Yeah.
are making that water bottle, think about the time you spend. Think you have to be, you're very
And
detail
sometimes
oriented.
that stuff, sometimes it take like by the time I get off from work, I may have maybe an hour or two to sit down within Monday through Friday. So by the time that Friday come, I'm up to like 11, 12. Sometimes I'm listening to everybody live and I'm
Hmm.
working. That helps me. But
Right.
yeah,
But
it's time. It
but
takes.
think about how detail oriented you have to be placing those jewels in the right places to make it look
Mm-hmm.
bedazzled. Listen, I don't have the patience to do it. I thought about it, but I'm like, I don't got it in me to do that. That's not my niche.
Yep.
That is not
It's,
my niche
it's definitely
at
hard.
all. I've seen Candace work. I mean, I don't know what
Yeah.
Candace prices are, but I'm
Candace got the real prices because she done talked to me about a
okay.
lot of stuff, and I have. She's one that say no, 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 don't do that.
Right,
After the fact that I have done it and sold it, but
right.
I'm learning and
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
learning.
Yeah, and you'll get it. I mean, I don't know what her prices are, but I guarantee you she ain't selling nothing for 40 and $50.
It
No,
sure ain't.
no. Let me tell you, them Crocs, I can guarantee you. I know a young girl here that selling them Crocs. Man, I don't even wear Crocs. I've never owned a pair of Crocs in my life, but I don't know how much they cost. But she charging an arm and two legs. I'm like, God, dog. Sheesh. But the people are buying them. People are
Right.
buying them left and right. I'm gonna quick read some of the comments in the chat, y'all. Look, because
Thank
I know
you.
Angel Mom was like, Sabrina's not gonna be the one to read the chat.
And
I want to
too,
do better. Get your
y'all could drop
practice in.
y'all link too in the chat too, just in case somebody else want to come up. Y'all could drop the link.
Okay.
Your
Listen,
link.
now you asking me to do too much over here
Uh
now.
oh.
Right, me too. I'm
Not
like,
gonna
what?
fall off.
Diamond D, I know you've been really quiet over there. I'm sure you probably wants to share some other stuff too.
No, I'm okay.
Um,
Just listening to you guys.
We
okay.
love you,
I love you.
baby.
I love you guys too.
Bertha Hayes says, Dion, step out on faith and go see what's going on. Hold on, let me read. I'm gonna try to go up to the top of this. It looks like Audrey Evans says another good son change. I relate to lots of the songs. My mom was the church pianist and I sing and cry and music helps me. She said music helps me and has a true meaning. True music. Boy, music can really touch your soul too. So I agree with you, Audrey.
Yeah.
Um, Diamond D is thanking Jay Gill for her prayers. Teresa House says, Dion, you still go to the doctor. God has doctors in his on this earth for a purpose. That's true. That's
Yep.
true.
So true.
Yep.
Sylvia Pointer
Mhm.
says, God plan is to prosper us and not to harm us. Amen. I
Mm-hmm.
believe that
Mhm.
too. Yeah. Oh, Bertha had Dion says, Bertha, thank you. I really need it, but I try not to tell nobody about it. I don't really know what Dion said for her to say that. So um,
She's having I don't want to say the wrong thing. Let
okay.
me see if I can go back. She said something about stomach.
Yeah, that she's
Something
been
about her
having some of the
stomach.
same symptoms that I was having, and
Right.
it's not gonna benefit you to sit on something and wait. You know, you gotta
Right.
get, you gotta find out what's going on. It's not gonna go away. If it is something, it's only going to progress. Trust me, I know. Take it from my situation. You need to go, and see what's going on. You might not want to know, but you really need to go and see what's going on. If your body is feeling different, you need to go check it out and see what's going on.
And
Right.
right, just because, like, for you, Diamond D, you said you have third stage, right? I mean,
Yes.
there's medication for that. They have medication for that. So you want to find out sooner than later. Sooner is
Yes.
always better.
Better. Yeah.
So Dion, if you're feeling some funny and you don't feel well, do not wait. Do not wait. Go get yourself
Trust
checked
me.
out.
Don't wait. Because
Definitely.
that's what they told me, that I shouldn't have waited too long. So long.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, what Sunny Day says, I want to bedazzle some Crocs and Chucks, but only for me. Listen, I mean, they I've seen some awesome work. I've seen Candace work too, and Candace does some good work.
Candace do the
Her and
thing, honey.
Vanessa. Yeah, her and
Yes.
Vanessa. I,
And I'm
I
gonna
wish
tell
I
you,
had it in me.
yeah, Candace do some good work. I mean, for her to do a prom dress, her daughter's prom, child, I'd have cut that thing out and just say, hey, come here, put it on. Like, no, she
Yeah.
took her time. Like, it was beautiful.
Yes.
Right.
Detailed.
She do her thing now.
Let's see. Sylvia says, what about selling at church bazaars or fall fairs to sell, Vanessa, or senior citizens? They love to give gifts to their kids for holidays. That is a
That's a
very
good
good
Yes,
idea.
that is a
idea.
good idea. That
Very
is a
good
good idea.
idea. I love
Right.
that. Kissed by the Sun says, hey, ladies, I've been cleaning and listening. I didn't hear all, but I love this conversation and you ladies supporting each other. Thank you, Kiss. We
Thank
appreciate that.
Thank
you.
you for the fun.
And we miss you.
Yes.
Sony Day says, Diamond D, you don't have what they say you have. The power of life and death is in the tongue. Speak only life. You know what? I
Absolutely.
say that too, right?
Yes.
I mean, I'm a
Absolutely.
firm believer of that as well. I just read it. I just read it. Oh wait, so
Um,
she said,
Kiss
wait,
by
what?
the Sun say drop the link. Y'all want to drop the link or
Okay,
Um.
who's? Oh, hold on.
Kiss by
I
the
don't.
Sun?
Now
Oh,
you
I
know
don't.
I don't know nothing
You
about
want me to
dropping
do it?
that
You gonna
Yeah.
hold on, cause
link.
I don't
Just
want
click
listen. I
on.
don't want Dipper J
I
to click in the
copy.
click.
Y'all
Oh,
can copy that last one that I dropped right above Kiss by the Sun. One of y'all can copy that. She may be on yours, Dimple.
okay. Hold on. Let me see.
Yep.
Just click on
You're gonna
that.
have to. Y'all know. Hold on. Y'all,
Hold
y'all
on.
do it.
So
Y'all
like go
doing
to
too much.
where it say guest, click on that, and then it say invite guest. And when you click on that, it's that code. You just copy that. You'll click out and go
Do I
to
have to go?
more.
Oh wait, I'm in more right now. So do I go to more?
You
And
go
it
to more and
says
see where it say post comment.
again.
Okay, you click on that, and then you're gonna like paste it. So you hold it down and paste it,
Well,
and
hold
it'll
on.
call it.
Well, let me say this because hold on. Let me first charge up this phone before it dies on me. Hold on 1 second. So when I went to more, let me get out of here real quick. So I'm looking here and it says Mike, Cam, chat, more, leave. When I click on more, it says
Well,
post. Am I
well,
am I
you'll
in the
go to
wrong?
guest first. So when you do it, go to guest first. You're gonna go to invite guest.
Oh, maybe I'm on the wrong one, y'all. Hold on. Oh, give me a second. Child, you gonna mess around it. I'm gonna hang up.
Nope. You're gonna come right back up.
Okay, hold
So
on. Let me
it'll say
see.
more. I mean guest, and then you click invite guest.
Right, I don't see that on my
Or
end.
look, just click on what Vanessa just posted it. Just click on that and like kind of press on it and hit copy. Like highlight it and copy it and then put it in your chat.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
hold on. Let me see.
Cause that's how I've been doing
Copy.
it.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
Cause
Give me a sec.
I don't even know. I don't know if I could bring anybody else up on my end, so it'd have to be
Give me a second. I'm copying what Tips put in here.
okay.
Copy. Let me go to chat. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I'm here. Hold on. All right, hold on. I'm about to. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
All right.
Here it
I
is.
did post something.
Yeah,
Did you?
you got it.
Okay. All right.
Now, check. Make sure you check backstage.
Yeah, cause it have a little. It pops up so fast. That's why people be Glam be having people back there so long.
Well, I don't even know. I'm too. Hold on. Let me see. I wonder if I hit leave, what will happen? I will
You go.
leave. Would
Yeah,
I
You
be
don't
gonna
able to
click
leave.
come
out.
back? Would I be able to come back?
Oh, I don't
You
know.
don't have
I
to
never.
like do everything all over
Oh no,
again.
I
That
don't
would
want to
be
do
good.
that.
Hit try more.
Oh, it'll click that.
She gone.
So silly. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah,
Let
come
me
back.
put the thing back up. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Okay, she backstage. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
7 Women Live say, Diamond D, you know God is a miracle work. He said he'll heal by his stripes. Yes. Oh, wait a minute.
Am I back?
Mm-hmm.
Child did.
Uh-oh. So, wait a minute. Kiss by the Sunset. Kiss by the Sun, I don't see you. Okay,
You,
wait a minute. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay,
Hold
you have to let her up. Okay.
there
on.
she
Okay.
go.
So I need to see the
There we
option.
go. Hi, Kiss.
Hey ladies, how y'all
Hey,
Yeah.
doing? Hi
Hey,
everybody. I
Hey.
miss you ladies. I miss y'all.
I
We
we
miss
miss
miss you
you.
you.
too.
miss you too.
Yes, I've been meaning to go live, but you know, life is life in y'all.
I
We
get
already
Yep,
it.
know.
that's right.
Y'all already know how it is.
Yes.
Indeed.
Anyway, I've been listening to some of the conversation. By the way, Diamond, I didn't hear the top of what Diamond was going through. But Dimples, I saw your video yesterday, girl. You are gorgeous.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
You're beautiful, honey.
Thank you. You're so
Hmm.
sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway, Tips and Vanessa know how I feel about them. Those are my girls. I love them from the start. I
Oh,
have a,
We
We
a
love
love
you
you.
special
too.
a special place for them, okay? Because
sweet.
they reached out and they helped me when I first, started my page, and that was really important, right? Because
Yes.
I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but we all tried, right? We try to bring it
Right.
together, but yes,
Yeah.
having that support out here, is really important, right? So I love stuff like that. Now,
Absolutely.
I was listening to some of the tips that what am I saying? Dimples was given, and those were some great, great tips. I would absolutely
Okay.
love to join a panel. If y'all have a panel about it, I would be more than willing to join and also give, my tips to what helped me. Um, Dimples was really giving you some really good advice about as far as your business and charging your worth. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Right.
Like, you have to charge your worth, and I struggled with that too. I went through
Right.
that when I first started my own business, and my mentor actually put things in perspective for me, as far as like my trajectories and my goals and what I was trying to do, and showing me that it's costing me more than what I'm making, so that doesn't make sense. I have to,
Right.
yeah, you have to see a
'Cause I
profit. You don't want
almost
to see a
said I don't
loss.
want to do this. I thought
Hmm.
I was like, I don't want to do this. It's costing more money.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, she gave me like a real good perspective and outline on how to do things. And, because my first three births, so I'm a doula, right? My
Mm-hmm.
first
Mm-hmm.
3 births that I did, I didn't charge for. Okay.
All
And they
right.
were really, because I was trying to get certified. And when you're not certified, clients, they don't want to pay you, or you want to try to establish yourself a little bit more in the community and try to get referrals. This was the way for me to market myself and get my certification, right? So my mentor stopped me. She was like, no. She said, you have to get paid something. You have children, you got to pay for childcare, right? Which was true.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay for gas, your time, and the back and forth of everything that was going on.
Yes.
And she was like, listen, she was like, I'm a doula who has been a doula for, she's been a doula for 5 years now. She was like, my minimum that I charge for every birth is $3,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she said, you're giving just the same that I'm giving at that birth, regardless of the
Oh,
experience,
wow.
because you have the knowledge, you have the education, right?
Yes.
Why are you not charging? Why are you not charging? You have to charge.
Right.
You're giving yourself. You're giving. You're paying for the items, inflation, everything
Yes.
else, right?
Yes.
Cost money.
It
So
does.
you need to turn over so that you can make a profit from this, right? And the doula work is something that I love to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me not charging in the beginning was okay because I wanted to establish myself, but I had to get out of that mindset and
Yeah.
get to the mindset that this is a business
It's a
at the end of
business.
the day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I have to charge my worth. Okay. So now your girl is at, where I should be with that,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that is something really to look, and the key things that Dimples was sharing with you is you have to find your market,
Right.
Yeah.
and she was completely right. That's why I don't fuck with this sector. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to curse. In the same way,
No, we
because
get it. We get it.
if it's not gonna line my pockets in the way that
No.
I need it to line my pockets, I'm not
Right.
messing with that.
Right.
You understand
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have bills, big bills.
Yeah.
And I'm
You know
gonna
what I
tell you
mean?
too, sis. Let me tell you what I did. I was more trying to be of a friend
You
than
can't
me
be.
saying,
Right.
yeah. And I had to learn. It's like, well, what are you charging? And me on the one side, like I don't charge much, and then I'm not getting what I put in, you know.
No, no.
Right.
So
So you
You
have
can
to.
do that in the beginning a little bit, but then you have to, like, this is your brand. You know what I'm saying? So of
Right.
course you want to have just like with my cousin, she makes tutus and does party decor and stuff
Right.
like that. So in the beginning, like, she didn't really charge much and stuff because she was trying to get her portfolio together. But once you get there, you understand, you have enough product that you've already sell that you should have a portfolio. You need to find
Mhm.
your market. Now, what I noticed is a lot of content creators, once they establish their audience,
Right.
and they have their brand, then they sell, because that's a smart thing to do, because now you have people that have invested in you, right? And so they're going to invest in your items that you're going to market. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? You have got to, y'all got what you need to do. If this is what you want to do and you want to sell your items, which I think is beautiful, by the way.
Yes.
Um,
thank you.
you need to really get more into the content creating part of things, right? To build your own audience.
Okay.
I always tell people, right? The sector is great, right? Because you can get some folks from here that can you can pull some things from the sector, right? So
Right.
don't regret being in the sector. Don't regret being here, because you
This
Right.
can
sector
get
is
some
just so
information. You'll get
hard.
some following, but understand that this is someone else's
Right.
tribe. This is someone else's people. So when they go live, this is their crew. They built this. You understand what I'm
Right.
Right.
saying? You have to build your own. You got to
Mm-hmm.
build your own. You got to build your own audience. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? And
Right.
once you find that niche, once you find that, then you market it
Mhm.
along with your content creating. You market it, and then bam, you're gonna blow up. I've seen so many content creators do it right on here,
Mhm.
and
And,
now
and
they sell all kinds of products.
Right. And you know what else too, Vanessa? You know, once you go back on Facebook and you start, putting your merchandise on Facebook, come back over here and tag your Facebook page.
Yes.
People will
Okay.
come and support you, right? And you'll get
Okay.
people, naysayers, right? But you don't care about them, right? Because you're going to have more people that will purchase than
Yeah.
there, right?
Okay.
And you don't worry about that, right? Because you can't please everybody. So
Right.
Right.
you got to get back. This is not where you're going to make your money, because this
Mm-mm.
is the
Okay.
foolishness, right? If we're going to keep it 100, you feel me?
Right.
Right. Right.
Right.
Right.
Oh, if you go over on Facebook where you started out at, go back there and watch how it may be slow, right?
Right.
But it will pick up. You just got to listen. If you don't sell yourself, who else will?
You're right.
Let me tell you something too. You don't ever know what is going to go viral. I know that I don't post
Right,
enough is enough. I have so much content in my phone,
right,
y'all. If I can just like sit down and find a time to edit and like really push what I have in my phone
yeah,
alone, my page would blow the fuck up. Okay?
right,
Because you don't never know
oh,
what is going to go viral. Okay.
right.
Right.
Now take Safe Zone for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see how her numbers are going up,
She
right?
done popped. I was like, girl,
Are you
see?
looking? Are you looking at her content? Are you looking at her content to see what is going viral for her?
Right.
Are you
I
looking
just
at her
listened.
content? It's not the lives. It's
It, it,
not the
Okay.
it's the
lives.
shorts. It's those
It's the
shorts.
Okay.
shorts.
And the thing,
She does
Okay.
very well with her shorts.
and not only that, it's
Mm-hmm.
because when you put your shorts out there, again, like I said earlier, my understanding, it reaches. Listen, I had a guy, I don't know this guy, he commented on my one of my shorts about, the customer service one. He commented, I had, several people commented. I don't know that man.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as, he
Yep.
commented, I had like 4 or 5 people sub to me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, yo,
Yep.
so that's
Mm-hmm.
why I'm constantly putting stuff out there on my shorts. Not that, I'm trying to get the subs, but you just, like she said, you don't never know what's
You
gonna
never
pop.
know.
But one of the things
Right.
I will suggest to you, Vanessa, when
Mm-hmm.
put your Facebook page on there on your
Yeah.
shorts, and
Yeah.
Now,
because people are going to start looking at your Facebook page when you start
Yeah.
putting your merchandise out there, and you can
mhm,
say and list the places where they can find you, your Instagram or wherever you're selling it. Because when you post on Facebook, it also will post on your Instagram. Do both.
right.
I mean, you don't
Right.
know
And
who's
invest
checking you out.
invest invest in yourself. You're going to have to pay a little to get a little. You understand what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
Facebook also allows you to boost, right? It doesn't cost a whole
Right.
lot of money, right? You
Right.
can
Right.
sometimes, if you have a really good what do they call them over there? It's not shorts, it's reels, right?
Reels, yeah.
If
Real.
you don't
Mm-hmm.
get paid from reels, but that's okay. You can get a following from there.
Mm-hmm.
So and then you should post it on all the social media platforms,
Yes.
right? So it should not only be Facebook, it should be Instagram, it should be Snapchat, it should be what is the other one? TikTok,
TikTok,
right?
yes.
So
Yeah.
it should be everywhere because you don't know where it's going to go viral. Okay? So
And
True.
those are
and
all
so
tips.
like, okay, so if I'm gonna take that back to Facebook, I also wanted to do, I wanted to do my page more on missing colored people. It's
I
a
saw
lot of that
Mhm.
going on.
right.
I'm really
Yes.
trying to, I've been doing a lot of research on so much, so I'm trying to
I've
change
seen that.
my
Mhm.
page into something else,
Yeah, I
over
like that.
here. So
But
Mhm.
too, I'm no longer going to post what I make over here. So you're right, I'll
Yeah.
just take that back
Yeah,
over
and
there
that's
on
I
Facebook.
right.
follow another page. I follow another content creator, Black Girl Lost, right? So, she
Right,
talks about things like that, like lost missing Black girls. She's giving more awareness
right,
to what's going on. Where are they? Like spreading light to
Right.
certain Black girls, that are just like they're not getting the media coverage in which they should, right?
Right.
So,
right,
you don't know, like, and her page is doing very well. Like, you never know. Like all the content creators always say, we're as good as our last live, your last content that you posted, your last video. I've heard a lot of content creators out here, the bigger ones, say that they don't get much money from their lives. They get more money from their videos. You know what I mean? Or they get more money
Right.
from their shorts or being in a bonus program, things like that, right? So, but in
Mhm.
order to get there, the YouTube has to recognize that you have been doing well in your algorithm. Facebook has to recognize that you have been consistent, right? In order for them
Mhm.
to select you for those type of programs, you have to, been consistent with it, right? So I
Mhm.
guess in essence, we need to be posting more then, instead of like going live, right? You need to be doing more than just going live. Going live is good
Mhm.
because it also gets you an audience and it helps you to interact with your audience, right? So, but the videos, and there's another thing with the videos, right? Because this interaction is great. Having the lives is great because you get to interact with people and speak directly to them.
Right.
But having the videos for me is, because a lot of the time, that's why I like watching Roz in particular, not to just call her out because there are other people that I do watch within the sector.
Mhm.
Right.
But I like watching her in particular because she gets right to it. A lot of
Right.
content creators spend a lot of time, the reactors welcoming everyone. And I get it. I understand you have to interact with your people. It's a connection that you build. But for a replay game, we got to listen. I got to skip a lot of shit until I can get to what you're talking about.
Right.
When I watch video, people that don't know about this stuff, they don't have time for that. You understand what I'm saying? You got to
Mhm.
get to the
Right.
content, get to it, be there to we got to hear all this music, and that's great sometimes too, right? Your introductions and all that stuff, right? But I like when I tune in that my content creator is there, that we get into it, let's go. You saying your quick hellos and let's get to the content,
Right.
because that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? And that's why shorts and reels do so well, because they're
Mhm.
right into the content, you
Right.
Yeah.
know?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Seven Women Lives. I'm sorry about having you say. I'm sorry, boo.
Hey, I'm enjoying all this because I just started my page, so you guys are really putting some enlight to me right now. And I just want to tell Diamond D, let me tell you something. God will bring you through something because He's
Yes.
using
Mm-hmm.
you. He's
Yeah,
using you in
amen.
that area. There's an audience right out there waiting for you to
Right.
hear your testimony. That's your glory. Sometimes it's not even about us,
Amen.
it's what God is getting ready to do in our lives. When I
That's
Yeah.
first
right.
started my channel, I wanted to go a different direction because I was always a bagger in high school. I was always a jokester, and stuff like that. But God said, no, I got to use you in another area. And believe me, it's not a lot of followings in the area God is leading me to, but He said they will come because I
Right.
believe in God.
Amen.
Oh, I believe when God said the last should be the first and the first should be the last, that's a reason right there.
Right.
It's a
Amen.
reason right there. And I got to
Mm-hmm.
rest in that, knowing that I want to take my channel a different direction, but I got to rest in that because I got so much of my life that can encourage people. Because all them trials I went through, it wasn't about me, it was about God moving in my life.
Right.
Even in your healing right now, God is using you. Even in your weakest moment, you need to just walk in your healing. Every morning you get
Mm-hmm.
up, you need to say, Lord, I thank you for my healing. I
Mm-hmm.
thank you.
Thank
You need
you.
to walk in it
Amen.
every morning and believe it in your spirit for God can
Who's
manifest it
talking?
in your life.
This Seven Women's Lives.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know you. Hi, Seven Women. Don't mind me, child. I didn't know who you are. Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I like what you're saying. I like what you're saying.
So just this YouTube stuff is new to me. I'm taking a step on faith. I'm really taking because it wasn't for my daughter that kept encouraging me. I wouldn't be doing this because I have other things I do. Like I said, my business, Seven Women Lives, because I deal with a lot of homeless people. I feed a lot of homeless people.
Oh,
I
wait
deal
a
with a
minute.
lot.
Now, wait a minute. Who we talk? Seven Women. What's going on? You got a page?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she got a page.
You see,
Hmm.
I'm
Yes.
out the loop, baby. Wait a minute. What's going on? We done cleaned up with Samaya. Y'all gotta let me know. Catch me
Yes.
up now.
Yes.
Yes.
What is Seven Women's Lives about? Because I like to hear this.
See, God gave me a vision when I was a young girl. He wanted me to open up a women's shelter because I'm getting
Oh
ready to
my
open up a
goodness.
women's shelter that has a culinary school because I don't want to open up a shelter.
Oh,
It's a
Okay.
wow.
12-month program. It's for women who've been incarcerated in the streets. It's to navigate them back into
Okay.
life with a certificate as far as culinary. I want to open it up
Yes.
where the public can eat from Thursday till Sunday and then open book from Monday through Wednesday. So I want to also give them a career, not just be in the facility. I want them to
Hmm.
leave the facility with a career as well too.
That's
I
awesome.
love that.
Oh
Oh
wow.
my goodness. Do you have a page?
Yes, I do. I do.
Okay. So can somebody post her page so I can join, please? Because I really do love that. That's very inspiring, actually.
Yeah.
Um, I'm going to tell you I don't know if you don't know about me because I haven't really been around, but my husband is a law enforcement officer, right? And I really, really the thing about it is when it comes to incarcerated women, okay, and homeless women, I really do have a spot in my heart, for the homeless. Number one, because I've been working in my past. My previous employment was working with the homeless population for 20 years. I worked in hospital administration, working directly with the very first homeless mobile program that went, in the New York City area. Actually, and nationwide in the United States, it was the very first homeless um, mobile program. They created this program back in 1987, right? And it was only for the homeless, and it still is, okay? And the impoverished communities and things like that, right? So I worked directly with the homeless for over 20 years. And, I've heard a lot from incarcerated women over the years. Okay, through this homeless program that I worked for, I heard a lot of their stories, and I know that they are definitely the forgotten women out there that, they just needed an outlet. They needed somebody like to care, right? Someone to have services that will provide them the help that they needed, right? Because we do know if we have services for women or for our communities, that they will work. But a lot of the times there are so many barriers when it comes to getting the care that we need, that these women need, that our communities need. So this is something that I really, really love. The birth work that I do is surrounded a lot around women that just can't afford to pay for doula services. Black women are just dying in the hospital just because they don't have a voice, and just because of complete bias and racism, honestly. And it's not only what I'm saying, because the numbers actually state that, right? So we know this is facts, right? So I would love to view your page and know more about your content.
See, one thing that I learned about homeless, I don't only go out on the street to feed them. I find out the need. I find out what got them out there on the streets because you need to find out the reason why they're on them to
Right.
be able to to be able to help them. And listening to them,
Absolutely.
like I don't really display that a lot because God made me set up my life different. He made me graduate from ministry school. He made me graduate from culinary school. I'm like, Lord, why
Good
I'm
for
going to
you.
all these different schools? He said, because I need to use you in
Good
that
for
area,
you.
that vision that I gave you. I need to use you. I need you to be equipped when you go out there and minister to the people on the street and feed them. Because I don't like I believe cold heartedly, well, whatever you do in secretly, God awards you openly. So I really don't tell a lot of people, but it's on my Facebook. When I'm cooking, I make 10 extra meals to go out and feed 10 people.
Right.
Wow.
I do a big Thanksgiving drive, but I'm on
Mm-hmm.
there. I'm not trying to like
That's
I for the
amazing.
first time in years, somebody helped me last year, donated some money to me because last year, 2 years ago, I was like, okay, I'm going to take some donations. I usually pay out of my pocket, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I make sure that the people that donate, because I don't want to make us, I don't, I like doing things in secretly. I show them a picture of what I made because I make all
Mm-hmm.
homemade food and everything. Whatever I'm eating, they're eating. I give them the
Right.
best
Right.
because I want the best. You
Right.
know,
Mm-hmm.
And when you
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and when you said that you do things, in secret, I totally agree with you. I know we had a conversation about, people on here, bragging and showing how they helping the home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's not what it's about. That is not what
Right.
you do for people. God is not going to bless you because you're doing that for man. You are doing all
Yes.
public stuff show for man. God is not
Mm-hmm.
going to praise you for that. Your reward is not going to come from that. Not at all.
No,
Because
no, it won't.
Right.
It won't. It won't. So I
Now,
needed my
I will say sometimes um, doing good for others and having people to view it in a light. I'm not talking about within this sector because we already know what this sector is made of, right? But I'm just saying, like sometimes when you view like the videos or the shorts of other people doing good and paying it forward, sometimes that can be really encouraging and it can be infectious, right? When you do good for others, and you showcase that in a way, not in a vengeful way, but it's a difference, right? So in a way in which, you can show other people, maybe might be good to pay it forward, pay for someone's lunch today, or,
right.
hand someone a sandwich today, or, just smile at someone today. That can be really infectious, you
Mhm.
yeah.
know? So there's a difference. There is a big difference for it.
True.
Um,
That's
True.
Kiss
it's
by the
true.
Sun. Her link is dropped in the chat if you want to
Okay.
join Seven Women Live.
Yes, let me look at the chat.
And,
Okay, I
and
got
that's
it.
why I needed my daughter to finish nursing school. And I need, because she's getting ready to go to nurse practitioner, because I need her
All
out there in the
right.
streets. I need her out
Yes.
there in the streets with me, because when I'm
All
out there in them
right.
streets, people need their blood pressure taken. People need to know what the
Mm-hmm.
health is. So
Yeah.
every element of
Now
my
let me
life.
ask you something. Let me ask you something. What state you live in? You don't have to tell me where if you're
Oh, I
not
don't mind.
comfortable.
California.
Mm, California. Okay. Now, there's another thing. Did you look into getting a not for profit?
I got a nonprofit organization. I have all
All
the
right.
LLC,
Let's
all that.
go. Let's go. Let's
Kiss say,
go.
let's go.
Yeah. You talking business now. We're not just talking.
No, I
Okay.
have
So
all that.
so you have fundraising. Not for profit means fundraising. You see, I've been wanting to do my not for profit, right? I have the whole plan and everything. I just, and the three people, the three of us, okay? I just haven't put it into place yet because I just got so much other things going on because I need the funding to do what I need to do, right? But this is great that you already have a not for profit because you can utilize that in a way to really to get to the people and get the money. You need the funding, and the not for profit helps you to do that.
Yeah,
So are you using your not for profit to your advantage and able to so that
I
you can
got
get
my
the funding?
501c. I got my 501c.
Good
I'm
for
using all
you.
that.
Good for you. That's wonderful to hear.
I love this,
Wonderful.
y'all. I love it.
Yes. Yes, I
Oh.
love that.
Catherine Foster typed in the chat. This is awesome. Black women networking. This is what it's all about, supporting each
Hmm.
other.
Mhm.
I was ahead of my time. Never could get people to see the big picture. That is
Yeah.
so true.
I love
If
this.
we just change our mindsets sometimes and just look and listen to other people's perspective, that things that make sense, things that are actually working. Sometimes we are so fixated, right? Because we come from different generations, right? The
Background.
older generations, and we're just fixed on the way things were, right? Well, this
Mhm.
is a different time, right? So that sometimes doesn't always work. Sometimes we have to change our mindset to what is now, or different things that can work for today. So
Eh,
that's
eh,
great. I'm happy to hear that you went out and actually did the work. You're doing the work. So
Right.
that's great.
mhm,
So back to Diamond D.
mhm.
Diamond D, what's going on with Diamond D now?
Yes, I'm here. I'm still here.
I don't know if Kiss heard. She wasn't in the chat. When Diamond D said what was going on. I mean, if Diamond D, if you don't wanna say anything else, then you don't have
It's
to.
okay. Just run it. Just tell them you don't got to go through the whole story or nothing. But I didn't hear. I'm sorry, baby.
It's okay. So, right before Christmas time, I was feeling just weird, fatigue, stomach issues, everything I was eating just going right through me, just not feeling myself. So I waited. It was the beginning of April. I just was so sick. I'm like, I can't do this no more. So
Mm-hmm.
finally, went to the hospital. I had to be admitted, got some extensive blood work, some scans and everything. And unfortunately, on April 11th, they told me that I was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
so
I'm
a
sorry
couple
to
of
hear that,
weeks,
honey.
yeah, thank you. So like about
How
three
old are
weeks
you,
ago,
Diamond?
40.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago, well, I've been going through the treatment. I was not going to initially get the treatment, but I decided to get it. So I've been doing the treatments, and then I was starting to feel something different again. So I had to get
Mm-hmm.
another PET scan, which is a scan that you go through. It's like a full body scan, and it can detect if there's cancer present and where. So unfortunately, it's now spreading to the bone. So I had
So
to
it's
upgrade.
spreading. The cancer is
Yes,
spreading.
yes, it is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I had to up the treatment and change it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much where I'm at today. Yep.
Okay.
You,
Well,
you know,
don't
Diamond,
that
you know,
doesn't
Diamond,
mean. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Diamond D, my sister
Hmm.
just got diagnosed with the same thing that you got. She waited
Mm-hmm.
when they told her to come back to get her treatment. She didn't. So now she got a colostomy bag on the side of her. And now I think she is I don't think she's in your stage. I think she's in the lower stage, but she got to take a pill, but she got to have that colostomy bag for a year.
Oh my
So
Mm-hmm.
gosh.
it is so important. Like me, I know I'm one of the persons that are afraid to go to the doctor because
Me
I
too.
work out, I take care of myself, I do
Hmm.
everything. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I climb hills. I'm always trying to do something. And so lately, and believe me, this panel, let me tell you something. God is really doing something because I was listening to you guys on my phone, and when you was talking about not going to the doctor, see, that's why I am because I know I'm having some symptoms that I
Yeah.
don't normally have, and
Yes.
being afraid, you can wait to the last minute until
Yeah.
it gets real serious. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
so I'm telling that's especially in the Black community because we don't
Mm-hmm.
look at stuff like we should look at stuff.
That's
Yes.
right.
There you go.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah,
So
it's
you
Now,
know,
shame. That's
my aunt had colon cancer. The polyps
mhm.
on the colon. I think that's what they had found,
Yes.
and she recovered. Okay, she was a lot older
Okay.
than you at the
Mhm.
time, so don't be discouraged. Just you continue to take. I'm glad that you did decide to go, whatever
Yes.
reason. God brought you through that, okay, for you to go. So that was your sign that that's a good sign that you did go, you went
Yes.
for your treatment, okay. Don't
Mhm.
be discouraged from that. I now understand why um some of the things that you used to say even in my chat,
Mhm.
it all makes sense now. I know you didn't share this before, but
Yes.
now I can put in perspective some of the things and I could sense that you were going through something.
Mhm.
So I'm happy that you came forward to share your story with us, because that can really help change and encourage other people. You see what you're doing, right?
Yes.
With
Mhm.
sharing your story, we don't have to be afraid to share your stories, worried about what someone else is going to think or someone else is going to
Right.
judge you, right? Because none of that really matters, does it? Right? All
Nope,
that
not at
matters
all.
is your healing, and you know who you are, right?
Yes.
People
Yes.
can mock and make fun of the silliest things. That's not important, right?
Right.
So the important thing is you got up and you did what you needed to do. Just continue to be encouraged. Now that I know what's going on with you, I'm most definitely going to be praying for you. When I say I'm going to pray for you, I'm going to pray for you for real. I'm not just going to say that and then get off the chat and not pray for you. No, I'm going to go into prayer because I do have a relationship with God.
And
Okay?
know that you got a team behind you. I mean,
Yes,
I know
you'll
you
be
kept
fine.
this to
Absolutely.
you, but you could have, reach out, like, for real.
You're gonna
You
be
don't
okay,
have to
baby.
hold
You're
it.
gonna be okay.
Yes.
And I,
Amen.
you know,
Right.
I've seen my cousin, who I'm so proud of. I want to eventually maybe have, if she's, okay with it, to come and talk about her cancer that she fought and she went through and how she recovered it, because I used to take her and she didn't even want me to do it, but I'm like, are you crazy? I'm going. She was like, no, you got to take off of work, you got the kids. I'm like, okay, and I'm going, but I would take her to her treatment sometimes, and to see her go through it, because I know that the chemo could really break you down, right? But it broke her
Yes.
down. It broke her down to build her up, and I'm just so,
Mhm.
we're all so grateful that she was able to make it and she fought through and
That's
she did
right.
it. My auntie made it through, honey. She
Mhm.
was older than you. You can do this. You can do
Yes.
this.
And Diamond
Be
D,
encouraged.
I want to tell you this. Do
Mhm.
not let the enemy take you in depression. I'm speaking this in your
Yeah.
life. Don't let him take
Amen.
you in depression. I need you to
Amen.
continue on with your life as
Amen.
scheduled. God is going to do a miracle in your life. You got to trust
Yes.
him, because God is
Yes.
able to do exceedingly
Come on.
abundantly all things.
Mm-hmm.
He is, if he opened up the Red Sea and let his people through, it is nothing. It is
Amen.
absolutely nothing God can do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a living testimony
Amen.
of so many things. My channel is to encourage people like you. God is right
Yes.
on time. He's never on our timing, but he's right
Mhm.
on time.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're
Yes.
gonna be okay, baby. You're gonna be okay. I know
Yes.
it looks dark right now. It looks dark. And you don't understand why this is happening to you. But I promise, sometimes we go through these things, we go through these tests, because we are gonna have a testimony about it
Mhm.
afterwards,
To help somebody else
And
for real.
you could
Right.
affect other people in such a way,
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
You're
And
Right.
gonna
Thank
be
you.
okay.
and you know
Thank you.
what, Diamond D? This is something you open up on your panel and just talk about it, because I promise you, people, there are going to be so many people that
Mhm.
will chime in. And like I
Right.
told you about FMLA, you should hear
Yes.
the comments that people were, making about family
Yes.
members who took FMLA to help
Mhm.
out their family. I took FMLA when my parents were sick. I took out was
Yes.
on FMLA.
Yeah, my
Listen,
mom
let me tell
takes
you
it.
something. I was also, after I was on FMLA,
Mm-hmm.
I was on short-term disability too,
Yep. Yep.
because my
I
mind
was
wasn't
too.
there. I mean, my
Mm-hmm.
mind was like straight up, like gone, like I couldn't function.
Mhm.
Right.
I don't even know honestly whether I was coming or going. I promise you.
Right.
That's right.
But
That's
FMLA
right.
will definitely protect your time. It will protect your family members'
Yes,
time.
it
If
will.
somebody has to take you to your appointments, if
Mm-hmm.
if they have to help you with you and your kids, that's FMLA. It's the
Yes.
Family Medical Leave Act. And
Yep.
if you have been on your job long enough, they'll tell you how many hours you have to work in order to
Yes.
qualify. But
Yes.
the only way you will know is if you ask. If you do not ask, you will never know. Right?
And
That's true.
HR is supposed to let you be aware, but a lot of the times these companies, they
Right.
don't.
Right.
Right.
Uh,
So I worked in hospital administration. I know
yes.
about
Well,
FMLA
that's right.
firsthand.
With my job,
Mm-hmm.
re-enrollment
Yes.
is coming up in November, so we will have to apply for all that like next month.
You
Yes.
don't
So like,
apply, for FMLA, it's not like selecting benefits.
Yes.
You get it automatically if you're eligible,
Mm-hmm.
if you worked so many hours, right?
right,
So
Yes.
it's not like you selecting your medical benefits or your dental. It's not like that at all. This is totally
okay,
separate. So, and it's separate from, remember I told you guys your PTO, because your
mm-hmm.
PTO, when you take FMLA, you're calling off, right? Because of the illness. You have to use your PTO
Mm-hmm.
to,
Okay,
pay you for that day, right? Because,
okay,
and if you don't have PTO or any sick leave, what happens is if you call in, you just don't get
It's
paid.
job
But
protection. Yes.
right,
it just
right.
protects your job. It doesn't pay you, it protects your
Now,
job.
and it depends on the state now, because I know that that was the way it went before. The FMLA didn't pay you, but now in New York State, we do have FMLA that actually pays you. You can take sick leave FMLA that actually pays you,
But
which is
but
really great.
but notice what you
So,
said.
hmm depends on your
So
state.
it's FMLA sick leave. So that
Yes,
pays you. But
yes,
FMLA in itself protects your time.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
there it's the time, your PTO, your sick leave, or whatever you call it, and on your job, however you take vacation, that's the time that pays you. So when you say FMLA sick leave, that means it's just that leave dedicated to FMLA. Is that what you're saying?
Well, they have a specific, I honestly forgot, girl, it's been 3 years.
Okay. Well, I know,
But
because
things have changed. Yeah,
right.
it was at the beginning, it was just FMLA was to protect job. We were given, I think, 12 weeks per year of FMLA leave, that if you needed to extend your leave beyond what you had in the bank, you'd have that, that's when your FMLA would start, right? So at that point, if you had 6 weeks of leave in your bank, your PTO, and you used that up, your FMLA would start after you used up what you had in the bank. Okay, so that was job protection. And if it didn't have to pay you if you didn't have like vacation or whatever it was, because some people were in the union, so they would get disability, 6 months of that. But FMLA would start at that point when you exhausted your time. That's the way that it was done
And
in the hospital that I worked for.
so what I would just suggest for anybody that's interested in taking it based on your illness,
Mm-hmm.
again, keep in mind that when you apply for FMLA, when I say apply, it's not like
You
you
have to apply for it. You do.
right. You
Yes.
just
Right.
Mm-hmm.
have
Yep.
to inquire about it. They will send
Yes.
a packet of information. You take it to your provider. Your provider has seen that time and time again.
Yes.
They know
Yep.
exactly what to
They
say.
know what to do.
They know
I'm gonna
exactly,
definitely do that. I'm gonna do that Monday. I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna do that Monday.
and that's
Yeah.
for anything. That's if you have a
Right.
Mm-hmm.
if you have a medical issue, your children got medical,
Yes.
if your parent got
Yep.
medical issues,
It's for
your
family members too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My
So
It
grandmother
is.
has dementia, and my mom, she has used it. And when my
Mm-hmm.
granddad had cancer,
yes,
she would take him to treatments and stuff, and she was able to use it. So it's a really good thing.
yes.
It is. It
So
is.
Yeah.
And
you
it's the law. That's
yeah,
the law.
it
So
it's the
employers
law.
have to utilize. Yeah.
Right.
They can't. There's nothing they could do about that. That's
And
the
keep
law.
in
Yep.
mind. Remember I told you guys I have employees, right? A lot of
Yes.
they don't inquire about it, but I do it on their behalf. I can
They
put in
don't, Dimples J. You right, cause you right.
I do it for them. So if I know
Yeah.
something's going on with my employees, I will tell them, listen, you have this option, right? Or say
Yeah.
one of my employees get sick, I go ahead and put a file in I put a file in for them. I put a case in. I
Yes. Yes.
for them because that's the right thing to
That's
do, right?
awesome.
That's
Right.
the right
Yes.
thing to do. And as a
Yes. Absolutely.
manager, I always look out for my people. I don't listen. I make it work for them, right? Because that's what
Yes.
it's about to have a manager that
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
win-win for you. So Diamond D, I'm asking you, please, on Monday,
Please.
reach out to your HR, right? Because
I
Yes.
am.
and
Yes.
anybody that is helping you, your family members, if they're working, they got go have them go to their HR. They'll get that packet. They'll send that packet to them, and then you can send it to your provider, and your provider will fill that out, and boom, and they'll fax it to your HR for you.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Black Remy Ma say, I'm so glad I caught this live because I'm having stomach issues and been having for a while, been scared to go to the
oh
hospital,
wow,
but I'm calling my doctor Monday.
oh
You
wow.
know, it's funny now because since I turned 50, I was supposed to have this colonoscopy, right?
Oh yes,
Girl, I gotta go make my appointment now.
Yeah, you
make
do.
your
I didn't want to
appointment.
do it because
Confirmation
I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna throw up.
Uh,
Because everybody knows, I had bariatric surgery before, and I'm like, oh my God, I've had so many of these what do you call this? The GI things,
oh,
the
GI too.
upper GIs where I have to
Yes,
drink the barium. Oh my God, that stuff makes
Uh-huh.
me throw up.
yeah.
But
You
I just have to do it. I'm just gonna have to do it.
and you'll be fine. And you will be
I'll
fine.
be fine. I'll
People
be
And
do
I
it
fine.
every
just had
day.
I
Yeah.
just had my colonoscopy 2 weeks ago. Believe me, I just had it, and they found
I
no
hate it.
polyps. I'm thanking
right,
God for that.
right.
Thank God.
I
Thank
did
God.
mine at 53 years ago,
Okay.
and you could ask to be put to sleep. I went. I said,
Yep.
listen,
Yeah.
I
Yep.
need
Yeah.
you need to knock me out because I can't do this.
I
And
can't do it.
and look, and then I felt it. He said, "You feel?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Give us some more medicine."
Yes, please give me all the medicine you got, honey. Put
Yes.
it up in me because I'm a big baby, but I know I need to do it. So I
Yep,
just
you
went
have
to my
to.
physical last month, and the doctor was like, yeah, you're 51, you haven't gone and did it yet, so yeah, you need to go do it. Okay,
Mhm.
so you sharing this story is definitely a reminder that come Monday
Yes.
morning, I'm gonna make my appointment.
Yes.
So
Yes.
just know that you affect other people when you
Yeah.
talk about stuff like
Yeah.
this, you
It
know?
helps
Okay.
everyone.
Yeah.
And no one is your listen, no one is the judge and jury, right? and
Yeah.
and
Right.
for me, even in like my Facebook workout group, I always say this is the NJZ, no judgment zone, and no
Right.
one
Right.
is here to judge you at all, because we all are going through something
That's
personally
right.
ourselves, or have other
Yes.
family members that are
Yep.
going through something
Amen.
same or similar.
Right.
So we really don't have that, room to be the judge
Mm-hmm.
or the jury, right? Because we
Right.
got
Right.
people that are suffering in other ways that
Yes.
that we need to be praying for as well. So don't
Yes.
ever feel that people are gonna
Look
demean
at
you,
Glam.
talk bad
Look
about
Yeah.
you. But what you do is
Yeah.
you just stay focused,
Mm-hmm.
because if anybody is saying anything negative, they don't mean you no good. So you know what? You tune those people out. This is
at
about
exactly.
you. This is about your health and your wealth, right? It's
Yes.
about you. And you just opened so many doors and eyes for people. You just heard kids say, okay, this was a sign that I need to go get scheduled
Yeah.
an appointment, right? Think about how
Yep.
many people that may listen to this live and go, you know what? I better go take my butt and
Yep.
get my appointment. You don't know
Mhm.
how many people you're gonna touch. And I pray
Yep.
that, anybody that, listens to this, do go
Amen.
get their colonoscopy. Go get that
Yes.
test.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mammograms
Glam say,
also.
Yes.
Glam say,
I
why
gotta
y'all
do it
leave
all.
me out?
What she say?
Where Glam at?
In the chat, tell me why y'all leave me out.
Where
Hey,
Glam? Where
everybody.
Glam?
Come
Where
up
Glam
here.
messy? Where Glam messy ass at?
You know,
Where's that messy bitch? Where she at? You messy mother.
y'all gotta drop the link. She probably will come up. Y'all
You
gotta drop
drop
the
the
I
link.
love
link.
me some Glam, honey. I'm just out the
Yes.
loop.
Drop the link. I just dropped it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
I
Diane say
love
they
this.
put you to sleep. She say you don't know. I've had two.
Oh, see.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
Come on
I
up
gotta
here,
do
Glam.
everything, honey.
And
Child, I gotta go
also,
do everything.
I don't
My
know
doctor
who
was
would do
yelling
it.
at me.
I don't know who would do it because y'all more experienced than me. But me and Tip was talking too about doing a panel for younger women, products we
Mhm.
should use and products we
Oh,
should not use. Okay.
Okay.
wait. Say that
You
again. Now say
know,
that again. The high yellow
pro-
women. You said what you said about
That's
high
right up
yellow
your
women.
alley there.
Oh Lord, child. Let me. I can talk
That's
about
all you.
colorism
you
now,
know,
honey. Let me
product.
tell you something. Let me tell you something. Child, I'm over here growing tomatoes. Now, listen, I could talk to you. I've been wanting to do a panel about colorism for so long.
Come on
Oh
with it, then.
Lord,
Come on with it.
I
I
gotta get
love
with it
stuff
now. We
like
gotta
this.
get with it
You know,
Uh-huh.
because that's
Uh,
definitely something that we see in this sector a lot.
Kids,
All
she
right.
didn't say colorism, but that
Yeah.
is a
Oh,
very good topic.
Yes.
Oh
okay.
my
Yes.
God, that
Yes.
What
and
about the
you see
what
that
about the
like
high yellow woman now? Because I grew up in the era where that was prevalent. You understand what
Yeah.
I'm
uh
saying? I grew up
Yeah.
in I grew up in a time, right?
But
Especially in the area in which that I grew up. I had to like fight a little bit extra to prove my blackness
let me ask you
because
a
I was so
question though.
light skinned.
yeah.
Let me
Yes.
Let me ask you guys a question. I mean,
Hey,
Yeah.
Clam.
hey,
me being
Glam.
Hi,
hey,
hi,
Hey,
Kimmy.
Glam Glam.
let me ask.
What you messy ass doing over there, Glam? Your messy mother.
Oh,
Yo, troublemaker there.
they beat me down.
Listen, Kim,
I'm
KIM,
just
you
leaving.
look,
Diamond,
Just
what?
KIM,
Dimple, what you said now?
you wouldn't let Portrace climb, and then you were jumping every time he moved. Oh, oh, oh! How you gonna do? I said, every
girl.
time she gonna have a heart attack.
Listen,
Uh-uh.
he was held up by a bungee rope, baby. I don't play that bungee stuff. You know, my nerves was bad. I would try to go
Child.
out and let him know what was going on, and that I really didn't want him up there. I almost said, "Hoist him down, get him down." Don't
My
be
nerves
doing that.
bad too, child. My nerves is bad. I can't take it. Mm-mm.
What is y'all talking about? I literally just tuned in.
Girl,
We've been
What y'all
talking
talking
about.
about going to do every year? Some y'all just said.
Oh, we were talking about
colonoscopy.
colonoscopies. So Diamond D shared, and Diamond D, I'm gonna let you share it. I don't want to share it. I'll let you share, and then we can go back.
I have previously shared with Glam, so she's aware. She
Okay.
actually was the first person
Oh,
that I had shared with.
okay.
Ah,
Okay.
y'all heard
Look, look,
We late.
Yeah.
We late.
hey,
Yeah.
KIM. I don't know if y'all watch DJ CC, but he always say shaka, shaka.
Yeah, so she was the
Nah,
first
nah, nah,
person.
boo. Look at Glam. Nah, 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 boo, boo.
But
uh-huh.
I don't think she was aware that it's now
Mhm.
starting to spread. So that's the
Oh,
part. I think she don't. We didn't talk about that part. It's kind of. But
Sure.
yeah, she was initially the first person that I told.
honey.
And we were just encouraging her, letting her know that God didn't bring her this far to let her go,
Mhm.
and that she just has to stay prayed up, and
Mhm.
surround yourself with positive people that's going to pour into you,
Yes.
people that's going to pour into you. You
Don't
need to
give up,
be
baby.
right.
Oh,
Don't
she
give
ain't
up.
giving up, honey.
Mm.
I
ain't
know
no giving up.
she know not.
I
I'm on her
seen
ass like
family
a
members go
rag.
through this, baby. I promise you. I seen my auntie. It was not easy, but she made it. She made it. You can make it. You could do this.
You can
And
fight. You got to be a fighter.
And let me will. tell
Mhm.
y'all a little slight little joke about them colonoscopies, baby. At one point, I used to have them twice a year, but
Mm.
I got that thing under wraps, baby. But
What age you have to start getting it?
no,
They
50.
found polyps or something.
well, yeah, and no, I have
Okay.
ulcerative colitis, but I got
Okay.
so or it's not a cure for it, but
Mhm.
you can get it under wraps. And honey, I got it under wraps. Honey, when they was like,
Okay.
another option could be you can wear that bag. I said, what I can do to make it better. I don't want the bag now. So
Right.
Mhm.
I started doing what I was supposed to do. That had a lot to do with me changing with what I eat. When I tell you I don't eat beef and pork,
It's a
that
lot
was
of natural stuff.
why,
Yeah.
because it helps. But yeah,
Wow, that's funny. You just said that, Glam. Oh
yeah.
my goodness, I need to go to the doctor because I'm telling you, I was meant to hear this live. I just gave up beef and pork because I get tired of the way that it makes me feel.
It will drag you down. And a lot of people just assume because of the Muslims that pork is horrible. Beef is worse
No,
than
beef is bad.
pork.
My mother been telling me for years,
It
honey.
is worse than pork. It lead at
I
beef
hear that.
at honey. I promise you,
We just gave it up. We just gave it up.
Wow.
gave it up in 2013.
Wow.
I have never went back. And love
Wow.
it, baby. When I tell you
Oh, girl.
love it. But
Wow.
Girl,
listen,
we love it
yeah.
too. Yeah.
So I had when I was having to have those colonoscopies, honey, I never did drugs. Never,
Mhm.
never.
Mhm.
Even when I did marijuana way back just that time or two, and honey, I just don't like being out of my body. Just like I gotta be in control. And
What would it do to you? What would they do?
know what I'm saying is that propofol. I said I know what Michael Jackson was going through, baby.
Oh
But
Lord.
honey, that's what they give you for them
I
colonoscopies.
hope they don't give you that stuff to make you itch now because I had surgery before and they had me on that pump and that stuff made me itch so bad.
Oh,
Uh-uh.
morphine
I
They
had a
give
pills.
that
I
propofol.
think it was morphine. I had a reaction to that. I was
Okay.
itching so bad.
I want itch, and
Diamond
I
D, what is plant based? What you mean by plant based?
No
No,
meat products.
no meat. Yeah, I'm about
Oh,
Oh
to
no
give up
meat.
everything.
You don't
All
eat
meat.
meat. You don't eat meat, Diamond D.
I do, but I'm trying to slowly wean myself off. I'm just down to chicken
Okay.
and
and
turkey only.
when it comes
Did
down
they
to that,
ask you to do that?
They recommended it, not plant based, but they did
They
recommend that I do a
recommended.
lifestyle
yeah,
Okay,
change for a diet.
I
Yeah.
see.
yeah, and I try.
Wow, it's funny y'all say all this stuff.
I can't get away from that bird though, y'all. I'm telling you. Listen, I don't want
The damn chicken, right?
that chicken, baby.
Child,
That
Yeah.
yard
girl,
bird.
It's
I
hard to
don't
give
want
up.
the king of the yard. I don't
listen,
want to let
listen.
me and
You
him
don't know
must
how
have
hard
a
this is.
bond.
Honey, my husband, I think my husband would divorce me if I talk about we ain't gonna have no more chicken in here. Girl, I ain't gonna be able to bend over no more if I ain't gonna have no more chicken.
Hell, I divorced myself. Okay,
um,
listen.
um, Miss YouTube on fire is glam, uh, women's Y'all gotta help me now. Hold on.
Just say Sam. Say
Hey, Miss
Sam.
YouTube on fire. Miss
Triple J,
YouTube on fire.
Yeah.
Tips World, and Diamond. Y'all, yeah. What girl, child? Listen, I
Kiss
gotta
by
go
the
back.
side.
Yeah, get better soon.
Did you
KBTS.
call her Diamond Stone? Dimple.
Diamond Stone. Oh shoot.
Well,
Mhm.
get. Hey, listen.
See?
That's really
Miss
why I hit
YouTube
the
on
link.
fire.
I ain't know who the hell was up there. I said, let me just hit the link and find out. It
No, but
take
I
me.
can't eat too much of that beef stuff, honey, because that stuff will have my cholesterol high.
No, I'm
Uh-huh.
no,
It will
no.
have my cholesterol high, girl. Let me tell you something. I got a problem with that part. So I can't eat too much of that beef stuff.
Let me tell
Mm.
y'all what they do. I believe what they do here. How the feeling is when you go in for that colonoscopy. Now they gonna give you that propofol, baby. Listen,
What
them
is that?
that's what Michael Jackson OD'd off of. God, let me
Oh,
tell
okay.
you.
You're gonna go to
Well,
Well,
sleep.
I
girl,
Hey,
don't
that's
want
something.
that.
You're gonna go to sleep anyway.
hey, how you said, Tip? Head in here. Look,
Mm-mm,
I done did a
mm-mm.
They gonna have to
lot of
do something
drugs.
because
Look, I did a lot of drugs. I ain't never. That right
never
there,
did that.
y'all. Listen,
Lord knows.
that thing make you feel good, honey. Listen, this what they do when they
Wow.
injecting it into you. I
Hmm.
tell my doctors, y'all be doing that on purpose. All of a sudden, you just hear a whole lot of chitter chatter. It's like you be
Oh
they
yeah.
voices be echoing, and everybody be like, yeah, 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 I'm going on. God's like, girl, that ain't no. Hey, you just hear a
You having a
whole
whole
lot of
party in your
echoing
head.
voices. Girl, Tip, next thing you know, they talking about, and so now we're gonna wheel you in here for recovery. You
Oh
like,
wow.
What happened?
y'all ain't gonna do the surgery. That doctor said, oh, we already did that. Well, it ain't surgery, it's a procedure. He was like, man, we've already done that.
Girl, we finished.
Had you out, girl. But
Wow.
you just drift off into just you're gone.
To
Hey,
the
You're Well,
gone.
I
you're
don't mind. I
gone.
don't mind that part, honey. They could do that part to me, but I
Yes.
don't like. I don't want the drinking of stuff before the.
Oh, listen. Let
Ugh.
me tell you about the
That
drinking.
stuff is
Listen. Let me
disgusting.
tell you about the drinking
Oh
first.
my god.
So first of all, let me tell y'all, they don't graduate it. It's
Ugh.
way better than it was, my first time was
I hope so.
it's way better than
It is still
2007.
nasty.
Okay? Because 2007, it was a white powdery substance that it just dripped off
Oh
down your
god.
throat. It was disgusting. All right.
Oh,
So
Child, don't talk about it.
you really don't have to take that stuff. Follow me now. Say your
Okay.
procedures on a Monday.
Uh huh.
Thursday, you're going to take an X-Lax. And from
Okay.
Thursday to that Monday, you on a strict liquid diet. I'm telling you, you can't eat no solid
Oh,
food.
I know how to cleanse. I know how to
Okay,
cleanse.
so
I can
this
do
is
that
all you
part.
got. That's all that is a cleanser. So what you got
Oh,
to
let me
do is
drink
you got
that.
to
Yeah,
take an X-Lax that Thursday. You on a
Mm-hmm.
liquid
yeah.
diet all Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And so, but Saturday you're gonna take another laxative. and you gonna
Wait a
stay
minute.
on
How
that.
many days you got to be drinking this liquor?
Tip,
But see
Oh,
now that stuff you
we're
only
not
got.
ready for
hell.
this.
You only take that stuff. You gonna take if your procedure that
Yeah.
Monday. You gonna
Tip,
take
I
it that
leaned
double.
in. I leaned in. Tip,
Huh?
Oh, shit.
we can't do it. We ain't
Kid,
ready.
lean
I had
Listen,
leaned in.
if your procedure that Monday, you
Oh
will have to
Lord, I
take that
never
stuff
again.
that Sunday. But that stuff is so freaking gross, man. It
Oh, my
blows
God. I'm going to
out.
have to eat real good.
Yeah, you just. I'm telling you. And
Graham,
then
how
you're
many
gonna
days
go
you
to the
said you got to
bathroom. You
do
gonna
this?
yourself out. It's best.
7
I
whole
do it like that.
days.
Oh, 7 whole
Oh, my God.
days. Graham,
But go on to
Girl.
just go on choose
Tim,
that one day of hell then, cause that's what it's gonna
who?
be hell. You gonna be sitting up there cramping. You ain't gonna get no rest that damn night, cause you're gonna be sitting all night.
Oh,
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 Lord. Well, I don't
okay,
mind that part. I need a cleanse.
Kim, if you don't do this, what happened? Like, what if you cheat? You
You
can't cheat.
can't, baby. You lay on
You
that
can't.
table. You gotta remember, he can go down.
we
He
see
taking
it.
that tube down your throat, baby. When he see that
Uh-huh.
shit, you gonna, ma'am, you can get on up,
He going to,
ma'am.
You better,
yeah. They
They
yeah,
gonna
gon'
do it
they gonna
all to you,
reschedule you,
follow
baby.
baby.
through.
They
Oh
get
Lord.
Nah,
Yeah.
rescheduled.
cause
They
I had
will,
to do
yeah.
upper lower. I had to do
Yeah.
the upper lower.
Oh, yeah.
Now, see, I did
Hmm.
upper GI before. We didn't have to go to sleep for that. I just had to drink that nasty stuff,
Oof.
you know. But, oh, God, I never had to do the full thing. So I
Yeah,
guess I got to get ready. It's time.
yeah. Go get them, honey. It's
Okay.
too much out here to save everything. Everything about
Yeah,
it, for the most part, can be saved.
that's right.
So
That's right.
if you go,
Look
you
at
take
that.
the precautions
That
and
did get on my nerves. She talking
what
about
you.
white stuff that drips down your throat, huh, Glam? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
she was describing
What
it.
you said?
Yeah,
What you
Who
said?
being
the way
nasty?
she was
Who
She
being
on the
describing it.
nasty?
panel. She on the
Diamond
panel
Who
D.
is being
and still in the
nasty?
chat. Like,
See,
Look,
y'all
Diamond
is
D,
hot in the ass.
you hear me?
You're
When
hot
I
in the
she
can't
ass.
stand them.
she hot in the butt for Juju. She was over there trying to fight people over Juju. Honey, she
Who
was
said that?
like, She was
she
talking about
Yeah,
was
her
on
piece.
her man.
Glam page.
And I hope
She
y'all
Mm-hmm.
talking
going.
about
I hope y'all getting your mammograms.
Oh
Yeah,
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 we
I
just had
definitely,
Mm-hmm.
I
mine
Y'all
did.
done.
getting a mammogram?
Hmm. Oh
that's
yeah,
oh
right.
no, they don't start till
Lord,
you 40.
You better squeeze these
I
little
got one
titties,
more year.
Lord.
I
Ooh,
do my
Lord.
mammograms and my GYN for sure.
Yes.
But this is the first time now for me to have to, since I turned 50, I have to do this colonoscopy thing now. So I've been dreading having to do it, but I'm gonna go and do it. Diamond
It's
D, thank you for
yes.
the reminder and for sharing your story. That was really
Yeah.
courageous of you to share your story, sweetheart. I know how hard it is when
Yeah.
it's
that's a
sepsis
lot of
sometimes.
strength.
And
Yes.
we fool around, we talk crap and stuff like that, but this is real life, what you're going through.
Yes.
And,
Right.
just know that we going to pray for you, baby. You're going to be okay.
Thank you.
Exactly.
We are
And
You're
and
here.
going to be
and the
okay.
people that you are sharing with, these are people that genuinely care
Yeah.
for you, right? And want
Right.
Yeah.
to do best for you. And
Uh-huh.
at no time will, any one of us share anything or,
Never.
say
Never.
anything that's
Yes.
going to be hurtful or harmful to you, you
Yeah.
know.
Right.
Thank you
Oh,
so
It
much.
just
Glam.
all makes sense now. It makes sense now.
Yes.
Glam. Can
yeah.
Glam hear me?
Who
Mm-hmm.
calling me?
Um,
But
my
child,
name is
I'm finna drop down,
Seven.
y'all, because I got to go.
All
Thank
right.
you,
Glam, I
Chess.
think you said the seven.
But
Thank you.
I love you ladies. Y'all
We
know,
love you
listen,
too.
We love you
y'all know I
too.
love you. Even if I'm not here, I promise you I love you.
We
I
love you
love
Okay?
We
you
more.
know, we
too.
know.
All right.
All
Have a
right.
great
Take
Okay.
day.
care.
Love you ladies. Y'all
Bye bye.
enjoy.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye-bye. I'm
Bye
going to
bye.
pray, Diamond. Okay?
Oh,
Look at me.
I'm finna go pray.
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. I
Bye.
appreciate it.
You welcome, baby. Love you. Okay.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Glam, I was saying thank you for naming me the seven. Taking off the seven women lies, just naming me seven. I like that.
A 7.
Hey,
Actually, it's not 7. It's not 7. It's
tell it
7.
to,
It's
tell it
7.
to,
It's
Sim.
7.
That's
Just
right.
get ready.
Sim,
Oh,
baby.
7. Oh, so
That's what I get ready to tell her. I'm finna say
I
that now,
know
Sim.
it's
Sim, baby.
SEUM 7.
Seven.
7.
Hey,
Well,
Kim
you guys
always
have been
abbreviated. abbreviating people names.
Girl,
Look,
I break them things down quick. So it's 7 women's lives, right?
yes.
Okay, okay.
Let's just call it seven.
What does that
Seven.
mean?
It's 7 women lives is something that God gave me to help women.
Uh-huh.
So I just put it because that's my LLC, that's my business too. It's called, my business name is 7 Women Lives. So I just when he gave me seven, because seven is God year of completion.
Right.
So I finally brought my, my vision to life. So I just put my YouTube, because I'm going underneath my business name for my YouTube channel as well too.
So is it? I've never known year. I thought it was his hour of completion. Is
No,
it?
seven is God year of completion. He always gave me that number because all the trials I went through, seven just stayed with me.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I was telling one of my friends, I was like, you like one of my homegirls in California. I mean, you just like her. I mean, you look just like her, laugh like her, talk like her. I'm like, Glam is like my homegirl in my head. I said, I know her already.
Everywhere I go, I am not lying. I always look just like somebody. I act like somebody. I'm like, oh, man, it's a whole lot of us out here. There.
Believe it or not, my aunt is just like you.
I'm telling you for real. Everywhere I go, somebody's saying that I'm acting like somebody. So, cause we act fine, honey. We
I
ain't
just
that.
love your confidence. Your confidence what gets me. Your confidence is out the water.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
If you'd have seen
Yes.
today, cause listen, these little pants I got on, I got like three or four pair of them. I had got out of Dillard's. They really supposed to be like to hold your stomach in, where they had that elastic around them, honey. So, child, it's a struggle when you get in them, baby, but they kind of hold it in. You should have seen me at the place not long ago after I finished eating. I pulled that thing from up on my belly. They finna see it all. Listen, my little cousin had her belly hanging all the way out, honey. I told her, I said, you doing October, and I'm gonna tell them I'm doing damn December. I gotta pull this pants off this belly, honey. This thing put up here.
That's funny.
Child. But
We
yeah.
seen you when you got off the ride. I say, look at her talking mess.
Listen, but y'all, hey, y'all just don't know I was up in that joker praying. Kayla, they told me I was in that joker squeezing and praying. I said, hey, thank God they give you a minute to leave the door closed before you actually open it, because I was trying to get my composure together. No,
Yeah.
I shouldn't have went up on that thing, turning me upside down like that. I can't stand my dago daughter. One of the other things that they was on, I was like, I'm gonna get on it too. She talking about, Ma, you can't get on it. Look, the thing said, please don't get on if you got back problem, neck problem. What was the other thing it said? I said, God damn it, she just pointing. It was like 4 things on there, and all 4 was she talking about, Ma, this and that. I said, okay, goddamn, you ain't gotta point out every doggone thing on here. I can't get on it. All in front of them people.
Mm.
She pointed over here talking about pregnant, diabetic, all job, please. Honey,
He
no.
got off the ride time. I see you put it on. What you say? You put it on fast, didn't you? You put it on
I know
fast,
he
didn't
did,
you?
girl. My daughter just said he did. I know he had to. Because I
I
watched
feel
all the other ones. That Gabriel Zachary them here. Look like all them right there. Oh, you know what? Probably the anniversary of their mama. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Anyway, my bad. Y'all just rolled by a relative house. But yeah, I saw how it was when my grandson got on there, and then I saw how it was when Kayla and Jaden got on there before. So I knew it was different. Cause when I got in there the way as fast as it was going, I knew he had it on it. He told me he was a YouTuber, that guy. Cause when I said I'm trying not
Oh
to have
yeah.
you on here, cause I'm on my YouTube, he said, "Oh, I'm a YouTuber too."
Oh.
Okay, but he wouldn't say his name, so something ain't
He
right. Cause
didn't
if you
say
a
it.
YouTuber,
He lied.
if you're a YouTuber, you're gonna be like glam to gal. Can you make sure your friends tell a friend to tell another friend?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Shit, he must say his name. Is it YouTube or Pornhub? Which? You said, which one is it now? Now, y'all, we just came from somewhere it was so nice and sunny. I'm over here at my neck of the woods and it's pouring down raining.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yes.
But
Y'all tell my little brother happy birthday. He is incarcerated, but today is my little brother. Let me see. What's 2023? Oh, let me see. Is the boy 47 or 48? 48. No, he's 48. I ain't slow.
what's his name?
His name is Rod Bush. Remember Brittany talking about Rod Wave? I said, I
Oh,
know a
Rod.
Rod Bush.
Well, happy cake day, Rob Bush.
Uh,
Happy
Happy
birthday, boy.
birthday, Rod Bush.
he can't hear
Yeah,
y'all, honey. He way behind them walls. But
That's
thank you.
okay. He felt us. Happy cake
right,
day, Rod.
right.
Uh,
Happy birthday.
thank you. Did you know today was his birthday?
But you ain't gonna pull in.
I can't stand her, y'all. I
What
can't
she
stand.
say?
Tell my mom, but you ain't gotta pull in because listen, I had her at this party the whole damn time. She done said a few times. Talking about how long you gonna be here? It's my damn baby party, honey. And it
That's
wasn't even a
right.
party. I ended up just inviting my cousin here. She can't. She's stationed here, and she just got here last month. So I
Nice.
invited her and her family, and then let him Jaden come, and then she brought her girlfriend daughter. So it's
They
kind of
had a
like a
good
little party.
time.
Yes, they did, and she Russian. So you better go FaceTime some of them girls. Bye, Heifer. Come on, Frank. Hey, I'm talking shit. Get out of the car. Give me my goddamn peppermint.
See,
Wow.
so really quick, y'all.
Come on,
One of
go, baby.
Tisbot's son mentioned about colorism. She thought that I
Yeah.
believe it was Vanessa said something about colorism, and
Mm-hmm.
she
Right.
had mentioned how she always had to fight to prove her blackness. And what I was going to
Mm-hmm.
ask you guys on this panel is, me being from New Jersey, do y'all? This is my opinion, right? I feel like a lot of colorism comes from women from the South. I really do. And the reason why I say that is because I have a friend, and her name is Sabrina too. She's originally from Alabama, but she lived, here with me. And she used to always say, you not she used to always say I forgot. She used to say she was light skinned and I'm pecan tan. I'm like, girl, like why
Yeah.
does that even matter? I mean,
That,
I never
It
grew up
could
with
have.
this. I
It
never
could
grew
have.
up
Good for Shay. It
that
could have.
that's so true.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's
It's
because
here.
growing up in Jersey, we didn't experience that. We was kids, it never was. I mean, back in the day when school days, was on, they talk about wannabes and jigaboo, but growing up as a kid, we was kids. I mean, I never thought about, oh, she dark skin. I guess, that wasn't a big deal. But during school, sometimes kids would tease other kids, but I think it's more of a issue with the people in the South. That's just my opinion.
and I can
Mm.
I,
relate. I
I
can
believe that
relate to
too.
that. Go ahead, Till. And then I had something to say. Go ahead,
Go
Till.
ahead. I was just saying I believe that too.
Okay.
Even with my mom had this thing when we were growing up. We couldn't crawl on our knees. We were kids playing with dolls and stuff. She would tell us, get off your knees because you can't have your knees black. And I don't know if that's because that's how she was raised, but
Okay.
we could not crawl on our knees. We couldn't. My mom put us in a tub and she's scrubbing us. She's scrubbing our knees and stuff. Mind you, I'm not red. I'm light skinned, but my sister is dark.
Oh,
So I didn't know my sister had felt some type of way about being a different color than me. I didn't know that.
yeah,
Like I didn't know. I had no idea until we got older and she pointed it out. She must have felt me and my little sister are lighter than her.
sure.
Yes, I didn't know that. And it's true. It's true.
It
Yeah,
is.
I think it's more of an
That is alive
issue.
and well.
Hmm.
Right.
When I was in school, I went to pretty much a predominantly black, white school. Most people in my school was white, and the black girls that was there, they always classed me, which I don't talk white. I'm just proper. It's a big difference,
Mhm. Mhm.
So and it was a lot of jealousy. I don't know why, but it was always like they used to always call me white girl, and
Mhm.
I never understood that. And when I heard the term colorism, I understood like that's what I was going through shit 20 years ago.
Right.
And they would, branch you off as if, you ain't. And I truly believe it's like that in the South more so, because
Mm-hmm.
I have family from up north, and I've never heard them speak about it as much as, I've been through it.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a big thing. I don't know. I mean, and I think, one of the, I think with my friend girl, her mother was very, very light skinned. And her mother, being from the South, would make a difference between her and her sister, which was younger, who was younger than she was. And my friend Sabrina, she was darker than her sister. So she felt some type of way because that's how her mother made her feel. Her mother made her feel very insecure. So her sister has long, pretty hair and, is shapely, big hips, and big legs. And so my friend is very insecure about everything. And when I
Oh,
say
wow.
everything, and it makes it very difficult to be friends with someone like her,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I'm
Right.
constantly, I'm no longer friends with her anymore, but I was
Mm.
constantly having to reassure her, you know, like for example, if we are going out, she'll call me 50, 11 times asking me, what are you going to wear? What are you going to wear? I'm like, wear what you want to wear that makes you feel comfortable,
Yeah,
right?
I've seen that before.
Dimple
I
J.
make, yes,
Dimple J, are you from New Jersey?
I am. I am.
Oh, okay.
And so a lot of times, I'm like, wear what you want to wear. Because I may have in my mind that, okay, I'm going to wear these jeans, but I may change it up at the last minute and put on like a skirt. That's just,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Right.
sometimes it be the mood that you in. And,
Uh-huh.
she would get mad at me. I'm like, girl, you have to wear what you feel is comfortable. Don't worry about what I'm wearing. You
Right.
feel
Mm-hmm,
comfortable
mm-hmm.
in your own
Right.
skin. And I was constantly having to reassure her. So it's very difficult to have friends that are insecure like that because I'm trying to, I mean, I am a nurturing person, but I can only nurture a person so much, right? Where it
Right.
starts weighing on you. But when Kiss brought that up, I thought, oh, that's a really good topic.
Very
Right.
good.
You know,
Me and
We
Vanessa
talked
talked
about that.
about that the other day. We said we should talk about that one day. That's funny.
Yep. Yep.
Uh-huh.
In
And it's
So
funny,
California,
we,
you really, yeah.
my daughter, she's 19 and she works with my cousin for a daycare, and it's another girl that works there. She's light skinned. And my daughter, she opens up about different stuff. And she told me that the girl that she works with, she was like, she felt like she was trying to sabotage her job, just saying any little thing. Like she brought up the fact that my cousin, the owner of both of the daycares, that they were cousins and stuff, and just bringing up just little stuff that didn't even matter. And she said, Mom, if you notice, I don't have many light skin. This is like another little, another part aspect of colorism. If you notice, I don't have many light skinned friends because they're jealous of me. And
wow.
I was like, I've been through that too, and it's funny how shit, we all black. My mama black and my daddy blacker. Like, we all,
Right.
at the end of the day, we all trying to get to one part.
Right.
Right.
You know,
We
we
trying to live
all
this
have
thing
one
called
main
life.
goal.
We trying to live this thing called life, you know.
Yes,
Mhm.
And
yes.
so, I mean, it's tough. It really is tough. And like I said, it can be real taxing on you if you're not careful.
Hmm.
I
I
mean,
know when we travel, because I travel a lot. I got a daughter that works for the airline, but I seen every state before she worked for the airline. I got really light skinned daughters, and anytime we go back south, they ask them, "Is your mom or dad black or white?" Because they so light skinned,
yeah,
and then when they see me, because I'm brown skinned, they be like,
right.
"That's your mom."
Yeah,
Hmm.
right.
They do
To
that. My
me,
daughter also.
I don't get it. I think that we as women, if we learn to love who we are, you
Right.
would be far more better off. And I think that, too, I'm so thankful that I had the mom or the parents that I've had, because my parents always poured into me. My parents always said, "You're so beautiful." And I
Yes.
was, listen, I was a chunky girl. As a kid, I was always, chunky but funky. That's what I used to say. And even when my daughter was little, I used to call her chunky but funky. Don't let people, discourage you, but my parents never ever called me fat or anything. They would never do that. And I think that if you're raised with, if your parents poured into you, and I'm not saying if people's parents didn't do that, I'm only speaking for myself, but I'm very thankful that my parents raised me the way they did, because you know I won't let anyone shame me for
It,
who I am.
it
And
makes a huge
Right.
difference. It
yes,
makes a
Right.
huge difference.
it,
That molds you into who you are and how you feel about yourself. Because if you hear that
absolutely.
all day, every day growing up, how are you gonna treat somebody else when when you get to the
Right,
age of interacting with people? And
right,
I truly believe that a lot of the stuff that's going on here, a lot of people wasn't loved correctly. They can
right,
they can act
Right.
like it all day long, but something went wrong.
right,
Right.
Mhm.
I agree,
right.
Tip.
Mhm.
That
Right.
I agree with you when you say that. I mean, if you didn't have parents that loved you, I mean, or people in your corner that loved you and supported you, I
Right.
could see where people would feel and behave the way some of these people behave,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I mean, when I tell you, I mean, from my parents to my grandparents to my older siblings, I just was very fortunate to have be blessed with them, and tips. I agree with you 100%. It's if you weren't loved properly, you it pours through, it comes through your pores,
Yes,
Right.
it
it
shows.
yeah, it shows, it
Definitely
And
do.
that's
shows.
just like when, I just feel like even with me, I was raised good. It's just like good thing I got grown. And then, of course, my mom went her own way. But at the time, I'm grown. She did what
Right.
she did,
Uh-huh.
I'm
Mhm.
grown. And that
Mhm.
doesn't, I still love her, but I'm
Right.
grown. You know, so she did her part with her
You
girls.
were
I mean,
molded
she
up
had a career.
beautifully.
Mhm.
Yeah, she was a nurse and everything. It's just trauma when she was younger, and it just came back.
Right.
It's a lot.
Mhm.
And
And
Right.
losing my stepdad, it was so much that hit her. It was a lot, and I still love my old girl. Like
you
no matter
supposed
what.
to,
Yes.
you
Yeah,
That's
supposed
what
Mhm.
to.
family does.
I
Yeah.
can't even
Through it
tell y'all. I
all.
went and seen her the other day. I can't. I can't even. Lord have mercy. I can't even tell y'all what I ran into. It's a hot mess.
But
I
you
was,
but you know what though? But
whew.
see, again, this is her test, right? I
Mhm.
Right.
mean, she went through some stuff, and some things triggered, that came back and triggered her from her childhood, and then losing your stepdad. I mean, that stuff is very detrimental. That can really like knock
Make
you
or
off your
break it.
square. I
Mhm.
told you, like when I lost my
Mhm.
And
mom.
because even to this day, you got that one person in your family that's trying to heal the
Mhm.
family, that's trying to fix everything, and I'm that person.
Right.
And it's to the point where I can't fix it.
No,
They're
you
they're
can.
they're dead and gone. Like I can't. And
You
all I can say is to my mom, move on. Like you gotta move on. You gotta pick up and move on. The kid is telling the mother to pick up and move on.
but and
You
it's
know?
okay, because sometimes the roles reverse.
Yep.
And so now
Mhm.
it
Yep.
the love that she poured into you as a child, you pour that back into her, right?
Right,
And it's
Mhm.
okay. I mean, it's okay that she is not where you think she should be, right? But
right,
she's right where God wants her to be, because if he didn't
Mhm.
put, 'cause trust me, if he didn't want her in that situation, he would remove her, right? But he's
right,
putting her through this test. And yes, it's hurting you, it's hurting your family members, but I promise you, she will have a testimony when it's all said and done. She's going
Yes,
to
she
help change.
will.
She's going to help
Amen.
change people's lives. She's going to
Yes, she
pave the
will.
way for some other people. So, whatever it is that she's going through, I promise you, I
Yep.
promise you, she is and will get better. You have, like someone
And
said
it
in the
ain't too
chat,
much you can't stop.
someone in the chat said the power in life is in the tongue, right?
Mhm.
right,
So we need to speak that into existence. We have to speak positivity over her
right,
life,
right,
and you're not, and one thing I will tell you, you will not be able to change her. She is going to have to want to go and get
right,
help, right? She is going
right,
to have to want
Yep.
to do better. No
And
matter
that's
how
the
much
scary
you want
thing.
her to do, how much
Mm-hmm.
you want her to be better and do better, you can cry, and you can cry every
Ooh.
tear in your eye. You can turn blue in the face.
Mhm.
Yep.
She's not going to
Yep.
do it, Vanessa.
Yep.
You got to keep praying. You're going to have to get
Yep.
on your knees and just keep praying and surround yourself with positive people, because when it's her turn to surrender, she will. See,
Yes.
she hasn't hit rock bottom yet. See, when they hit rock bottom, that's when they'll be ready
He
to
ain't got
go.
no choice but to get up
Right.
and fight.
Right.
And it
right,
ain't just that the tongue is that it has the power to speak life into it. It's life and death in it.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah,
why
Yeah.
you speak those things that are not as though they were. So you got
yes.
Yes.
Right.
life
Yes.
to her.
Mhm.
You just
And
got to
Vanessa,
always speak
yeah.
positive about the situation.
All the time.
And
And
right.
Vanessa, what is
All
your
the
mom going
time.
through?
Hmm.
What is your mom going through?
She's been on drugs for
Oh,
a minute now.
mhm. Okay. I want to give you a
Um,
little testimony on that because I thought that was the situation. I had a sister that was on drugs for 20 years. I used
mm,
to go out on the streets of LA. Anybody know LA? LA is a rough place. My sister used to be on Figueroa. It's rough. I used
oh
to
bro,
go
yeah,
out there. I
Mm.
used to go out there every time and find my sister.
Mike Epps,
I used to
Mike
pray
Epps
over
used
my sister. I plead the blood of Jesus over her. I'll go find her and make sure I know where she's at. And I
mm,
prayed and prayed, and God gave me a dream one day that my sister was going to be healed from drugs. My sister is a homeowner. She
huh,
just retired from
oh,
her job.
Jesus.
huh,
She just
oh,
returned from her job.
huh.
My
Amen.
sister was completely delivered. Like I thought it was no hope, but I trusted God's word. I trusted
Ooh,
God. I would go pray for her, no lie. I would go pray for her. It was a parked car on the street when I was praying for her. A demon ran out of my sister and started up that parked car. That parked car ran into a wall.
hmm,
That's what
wow.
Oh
I
my
would pray.
God.
I never gave up on my sister because God gave me a dream. And when God gives you a dream, that's money in the bank. That's money in the bank. So I
Right.
always pleaded with God when I was going out there to find my sister. God, you said you're going to deliver her. You gave me that dream.
Oh
I
Lord.
always pleaded with God. I never gave up hope. Like I said, my sister just retired from a manager at Walmart, owned her own home, married. God can do it.
right.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
And it's no matter the age, it don't
It
matter.
don't
It
matter. It
don't
don't matter.
matter. It
It don't
don't
matter.
matter.
And Vanessa, the other thing I have been thinking about this for a very long time and just never had the opportunity to share with you. Have you ever thought about going to Al-Anon? Now, Al-Anon is for those
Yes.
those recovering like alcoholics, but it doesn't necessarily mean a person, it doesn't mean that you can't go because the person that you are attached to has an alcohol addiction. It
Right.
could be
It covers
a person
everything.
that anything,
Right.
right? So
Everything. Yep.
in your case, have you ever thought about going to Al-Anon? Because there are so many people like yourself that are in the same exact situations that will share their stories and help you. They will give you tools to help
Mm-hmm.
you cope
Yeah.
with,
I
you
mentioned
know,
that.
your situation.
My
No,
my
like
daughter
by me
went.
just being like, y'all, I've been here 11 years. When I say I don't do nothing. Like, this the most I talk to people on YouTube. I go to work, I go to the grocery store, do what I gotta do, the mall, and I come home. Like, I don't,
Mhm.
mm-mm.
So,
Like,
so,
I just don't. So ugh, I
so
don't.
remember, I told you guys
I have them
earlier today
online too.
that YouTube is my very, not YouTube, Google is my very best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Google Al-Anon meetings in your area. And I promise you, it will be kind of, you'll be nervous in the beginning,
Yep.
but go. And don't
Okay.
don't go one time and go, You got
Right.
to go 4 or 5 times and you'll
Thank you,
get the
Deborah.
drift of it.
Yes.
I promise
Is
you,
it something that I have to bring her, or is it just for me
this
first?
Just
about
only for
you.
you.
This is about you. This is
My
not
mom and
about
my
her.
daughter went.
Right.
My
This
daughter
Okay.
actually went to Alateen. My
yes.
mom went to Al-Anon.
Mhm.
And I was in addiction, and I was so mad. I was like,
Mm.
but once I got clean, I was so happy they went because that shit helped them
Right.
so much. Like, oh my God. Like, because I was in denial, at that time that they went. But once I had a clear head, I was so thankful that they went. My daughter, at the age, if y'all have kids that's been at the age of just like 13, my daughter was like 13 at the time, and they
Mhm.
went. My mom was like, I'm taking her to you know I guess because my conscience felt so bad, like, damn, it's got this bad, you know so
Mm-hmm.
you know and they went, and they they learn the ins and outs of why this shit is a disease,
Right.
why we do what we do, why we started this shit, where this shit come from,
Right.
and why it's so hard to get rid of, and
Mhm.
I'm so glad they went. Yeah, and they also have meetings virtually too.
Yes, but
Okay.
Vanessa, you had to. This is about you because remember,
Mhm.
your mom is not going to do it until she's ready. So
Right.
what by you going to Al-Anon, it will teach you coping mechanisms on how to deal with her manipulation and just various things. It'll force you to show her tough love. That doesn't mean just because you don't give in
Right.
to her this time doesn't mean you don't love her. It's tough. I understand it, but these people will teach you, will help you, give you pointers, tips on how to cope. You will
Okay.
thank us later when you'll be thanking us later when I tell you.
Yes,
And
I'm glad
you
you
not
brought that
you
up.
you may feel out, you may feel out of place,
Mm-hmm.
the first 3 or 4 times, but
Right.
keep going.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
tell you,
I'm
but
definitely gonna
tips,
look
what they
into it
say,
because
keep
Mm.
coming back. Tips.
I'm
Dimple
definitely
J,
gonna
Yes,
look
you are
keep
into
coming
it.
so
back. Exactly. What
I
you know
told you
about
I
that?
know a
What
little
you
bit
know
about
about
a little bit.
that?
I
I'm
Thank
know.
you
definitely
so
gonna
much
look
because
into
I had,
it.
like, when me and Vanessa really like first started talking and stuff, and she told me about her mom. I had mentioned that, but I never mentioned it. I had forgot. I'm
Yeah,
glad you brought that up. Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Yes.
And
Thank
Thank
you.
they'll tell you
Dimple
keep.
J, Dimple J, you are so informative.
She
You are
She
so
is.
is.
She
informative.
really
She
is.
really is.
Well,
Oh
I
thank
my
said it earlier.
God.
I said, "Oh, thank you, Dimple J, for being up here." Oh my
We
goodness. Thank
literally
you.
just said that yesterday, Vanessa.
Yeah, we did.
we didn't think it would come to question this week.
Well, I don't.
Yes,
I said, Dimples, no, she know her shit. When she talk
yes,
about
she do.
something,
Yes, she do.
If I'm
Soon as
passionate
Till
about
got
it,
off
I
yes,
will.
I
her live,
love that.
soon as
You
Till got off her live, I say we was talking, and I
uh,
say, you think we could reach out to Dimple J and ask her to do a panel?
you
Yeah.
know,
Oh,
I'm always open to do anything, and like I told you guys, I mean, I get complete satisfaction out of empowering women, right?
We love
This is
you,
when I
Diamond D. Thank you so much for for
Yes,
coming
Diamond
up.
D.
love you
yes.
so much. So,
Love
so
you,
much.
Diamond D.
Love you guys.
Thank
I'll
We
talk
love
to you
you
you.
so
later. Thanks for
much.
And
everything.
and Diamond
Bye
D,
bye.
Always.
know that you have the support from all of us. And if
Yes.
there's ever any time you need somebody to chat with, I'm okay with you reaching out to me, because sometimes we just need that one
Mm-hmm.
person
Yep.
just to
Mhm.
Right.
listen. It's okay
Yes.
just to listen,
And
so
Diamond D, I'm always open if you need prayer. If you need to be on the
yes,
prayer line in the morning, you can always reach out to me because that's what I'm here for.
I like that.
Thank you so much. I
We love you,
appreciate you
boo.
guys. Thank you. Love you.
Love
Love
you,
you
Love you
too.
too,
Diamond.
Love you.
boo.
Love you too,
Bye.
Diamond.
Right. And
Okay.
what I was saying, you guys, is that, my thing, I mean, I hate that I I allowed myself to get caught up in that foolishness. And I mean,
No.
I know better, and
Right.
that's just not who I am. And
We
I've
know Dimple
We
always,
aren't
J.
either.
We ain't either. We know when you came out, listen, me and Tip had already done did a live. And even that's what they even us being on
I
camera
said,
when we was on Glam,
mhm.
it started from Glam. When we went, we all came on with Glam on our panel
I
and
did.
Angel Mom. And we was like we're doing now, expressing how we feel and what we went through. They
Yes.
used that against us,
Right.
Yes.
which will anybody who want to come out here and talk about what they went through or going through, that
Yeah.
will that will
But
hush them up. And that's what they're trying to do.
see what
You
they
Mhm.
try.
know,
It's
People are
not
trying
though.
to. They're trying
right.
to weaponize that, right?
Yes.
And but
Right.
the thing is that you listen. You can't let people shame you about who you are. Like I told you
Hell
guys,
no.
I'm not ashamed of my life.
I shame myself enough.
Right.
Right,
I
right,
shame myself
Yeah.
enough. I don't need you to add to that
right.
shit.
But but
Right.
but but remember this. Do you remember I asked you guys in the beginning of the live? I said, "Do you really care about what they think about you? Really?
No.
Because are
Right.
No.
any one of them paying your bills? Are any one of them
Nope.
putting food on your table? Are any one of them
Nope.
taking care of your children?"
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
But
Absolutely
that's why
not.
when I came out, I said before you dox me, I could tell you everything I did. You know why? Because I did it.
Right.
I'm grown. Grown people don't gotta lie and hide nothing. I did it. That was me. It was,
Right.
the thing about
Right.
it is I might have effed up in doing it, but
But
I did it. That's
but you
that's something
learn
that's my
from it.
past.
But
Right.
you learn from it, and
Right.
people,
Yeah.
we grow every day.
Right.
My
Yes.
motto is
Exactly.
remain teachable.
Uh-huh.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't care how old you are. At 53 years old, I am always open and willing to learn something new. Let me tell y'all something really quick, right? So on my team, we were updating our policy and procedures, right? And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it helps if if I'm the scribe, right? And they're
Right.
sharing the information and I'm scribing, right? So I'm typing in. After a period, how many spaces do you space after a period?
Supposed to be what, two?
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that too. All my life, I mean, I've been putting two spaces after a period,
That's one.
because when I was in ninth grade, we learned typing. You hit period, space, space, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
I've got this large conference call with my staff, and I'm updating. Someone said, "No, there's only one space after a period." I go, "Wait, no, it isn't. There's two spaces." I said, "Hold up. What I tell you, who's my best friend? Google." I said,
Google.
"Let me Google it." I pulled up Google. I'm sharing my screen. I pull up Google, and guess what? There's one space after a period. I said,
I
"I'll be
thought it was
damned.
one.
I'll be hot doggone." So at
Like
my
little stuff
age.
like that. Yeah.
Right.
Like
I love that. I mean,
Yeah.
even though all my life I was taught that, that's how I've always remembered that. So
Right.
I'm always willing to remain teachable. So as long as you remain teachable, you can't afford to allow other people to shame who you are. Who
Right.
you
Yes.
are. You can't do that because the mistakes that you made help mold and make who
this
you
shit
are.
shaped
Shape you.
Right.
me. Oh
Yes.
my God.
Right.
Like they
Right.
like back then they wouldn't stand a chance. They would have been
Right.
red one side and down the other.
Yeah.
They
Right.
would have been
And you be
in
ready to
school. They
Hmm.
really didn't want that old Tiffany.
Yeah,
right.
So
but I'm gonna tell you too, a lot of that be a trigger. It's like, oh, are you trying to see me back to? Because I'm telling
Right.
you, let me tell you,
mhm.
some of this stuff will trigger you to where you listen. I don't have to come on and tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move behind the scenes. I'm gonna find you. See, the
See?
thing that's humbling me, let me tell you, you gotta
They don't
stop
know who
messing with
knows
people because
who.
the thing that's humbling me the most is my daughter. If something
Yeah.
happened to my daughter, there is nothing humbling me. I
Yeah.
am gonna move and find you. So you have to stop messing with people because
Remember?
I ain't got nothing else to lose without my
Right.
daughter.
And remember, I told you I'm wired differently. See,
Right,
I'm wired very differently. You can talk your shit now, but I'll
right,
catch you later. And so
Yeah.
right.
listen, you could talk it today, but it'll be
Dominique, when you,
5 years
not
from now.
Dominique, but Dimple J, when you said that, I kid you not, I talked to Tip. I say, I felt her when she
I
said that.
mean
So
that. And
you
when I
gotta
say that,
stop messing with
Yeah.
people.
yes. And when I say that, and
I heard
people,
it in your
I
voice.
meant that. I said
Uh-huh.
that deep down in
Yeah,
my soul because
you did.
I I know how I am. So I don't go out picking with people,
Right,
but
Yes.
when
You
you
don't
when
Yeah.
you
expect that.
when you started, I
right,
promise you on my deceased parents, I will
yep,
finish it. And I
right,
try, and I don't like to be mad and angry. That's not my personality. What you saw last
right,
night, that's who I am all the time.
Yeah. You was in
right,
your element
yep,
then. Yes, I
yep,
love that.
Because
yep.
that's who I am. I'm always,
Yeah.
and I told you guys, I walk into a room and meet no strangers because that's just who I am. I mean,
Right,
we walked in that VIP room. I didn't know not one person. And when I left, I knew about 5 or 6 people,
It
right?
speaks volumes in
Mhm.
your voice.
right, right,
You But again, let me tell you, it comes a lot from my upbringing, right? The
Right.
way my
mm-hmm,
parents raised me. I'm
right,
Uh-huh.
extremely confident in who I am, right?
Mhm.
right,
I won't let no other woman, man, or anybody put me in a corner where I have to come out. No, I'm not going to let you do that, right?
right,
So I rather, like, honestly, I rather duck the trouble, right? See,
mm-hmm,
What?
I, I,
Okay.
I would rather duck
yeah,
this, right?
You
And I am ducking the foolishness because I know how I'm wired. If you
right,
invite me to where you are,
yeah,
trust me, that's the
oh yeah,
last thing you want. Because
oh
see, like
yeah,
I told you, I'll lay up and let you be like a sitting duck. You'll be coming and going, and I'm watching you, and you
this is
don't
it.
know that. So
I promise you, I'm the same. Oh my good,
quit
listen,
inviting people to
yeah,
where you are because
yeah,
you don't everybody don't move like that. You don't know
right,
people.
right,
And these people, they do that. They will invite you to where they are. Listen,
mm-hmm,
I'm like Liam Neeson. I will find you.
okay,
Yeah. And when I do,
okay,
But
But
honestly, go ahead, 7.
But
7. I
you
like
got to realize one thing. Let me tell you something. These people are all talk behind this internet because
yes,
I'm
ma'am.
glad
right,
God delivered me from the woman that I used to be. Because if you
Yeah,
know the woman I used to be, I used to be a really pretty young woman growing up in high school, and people used to always try to fight me because of, I was pretty.
yeah,
And believe me, I learned how to fight. Now, if they look up anything, they see I was a fighter. I had to learn how to fight. But
yeah.
one thing I learned about this, people are not going to come meet you where you are. They're going
They
to
not.
talk their talk. Because let me tell you something, when you on that plane beating your chest like a gorilla, talking about I'm going to get that person, You
You
got
right, Tony
you
Day.
got ample amount of time to think about your situation. Because let me tell you, this is how it's gonna play out.
Yeah.
Either you're gonna get beat up really bad or go to jail and keep coming back and forth to different states fighting the case. You
Right.
either gonna be behind a prison
I'm gonna be
wall
in jail because
yeah,
I love.
because it's not worth it. One thing
Right.
about it, it's not worth it because
Yes.
let me tell you something. You're gonna have a lot of time to think about it in jail
Yes.
of that decision that then you're gonna lose everything. So you
Right.
gotta think logically, is these people really worth these people
They,
don't know you from
they
Adam. They don't know you
amen.
from Adam. And if you
Yes,
got
ma'am.
your life established like yours, Diamond, Dimple J,
Yeah.
you got your life established. They seeing what you got established. They want what you got. But if
They
you allow
tricking
them to get
you.
what you got, don't
Mhm.
never allow another woman to try to get what you get because
Yeah.
it's about what you got. It's not about who
Right.
you are. It's what you got.
Right.
It's
And like I
true.
told him, I've been working 34 years of my 53 years of living. I've been working almost as long as they've been living. You feel me?
Yes.
So
Mhm.
they, when I literally say they can't compete where they don't compare, I mean that.
Right.
Yes.
I mean that.
Yes.
Listen, I mean, my parents instilled a lot of integrity in me, a lot of
Yes.
hard work in me. I mean, I mean, I worked hard for where I'm at today. And you're right,
Yes.
they are not worth it. And that's why I am choosing, ladies, when I say to duck it, I'm
Right.
choosing to duck it because they can say whatever they want about me, but I know
Yes.
me. And if any one of these ladies out here really get to know me, they will love it
They will
because
like you.
yeah, I'm a whole
They will
vibe,
like
but
you.
because
But you know what, Dimple J, that's why I choose not to, I try not to go over and listen regard. I know other stuff have been said. Like,
yeah,
it's one thing to run up your channel, but then when you run your channel up on that negative, you got to keep that stuff going. I don't want to do
You
that.
do.
no,
Really,
You
but
like, I'm
do.
a
Definitely not
happy
doing
person.
that
I'm
shit.
always smiling. I'm the one
Yeah.
that works at the job. Although
mhm,
I'm not a morning person, I'm always smiling. No matter what
right,
I'm going through on the outside, I
Yeah.
leave it at the door when I come to my job.
mhm,
I'm a happy person. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So
Let
to
me
hear
tell you,
some negative stuff about you, about some of you
mhm,
putting out this positive on your channel and you
that,
using it against you, it's crazy.
but then
Yeah.
remember, I don't know who I said this to, but I said this to somebody just not too long ago. Consider the source.
Right.
Then thank you.
Who
That's
is
it
coming
right there.
from?
Right.
That's it right there. You said the key word because I came from a good upbringing. I came from a two-home family.
Yeah,
I
me
came from
too.
I
Me
came
too.
from a parents that came from Arkansas and built their life, built their home from the ground up. My mom is dead, but my dad is still alive. Very well off parents, 5 kids. So I came from a big, a good background. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Yeah.
believe me, it's enough money on this YouTube channel for everybody.
Right.
Everybody. It's
Right.
enough.
Right.
It is enough.
It might not be much, but it's out there, ain't
It's
Right.
out
it?
there. It's out there.
Whatever it
It's
is, right?
everybody got their own gift that they bring to it. And ain't
Right.
nobody gift better than the other. It's just how we
Exactly.
deliver it. You know what I'm saying? So we
Right.
all got
Exactly.
gifts. We all got gifts. And everybody on this channel is trying to build their channel. And don't nobody have time to be you fighting everyday problems in your own life. Then you gotta fight them on a
Right.
That's
channel that you don't
my
even
point.
know.
Exactly.
Yep.
I got enough shit going on in my real life, you know?
Mhm.
I
Right.
ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
When you consider source, here, consider the source. You know who you are and whose you.
Yes.
When you put those three things in perspective,
Right.
this stuff don't. This
Right.
do not matter, right?
Not a drop in the bucket.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Mhm.
They keep their lives a secret because they are ashamed of their lives.
Right.
Yes.
You see,
Yes.
so ain't no, ain't you don't let that bother you. You have to
Right.
come
Mhm.
forth and keep pushing because these people try to push you to no end. And let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Like Seven was saying, people talk tough here. Remember, people talk crap in safe places. They're safe behind this internet. They
Oh
safe behind,
yes, definitely.
they're
Yep.
safe behind their computer. But if
Yep.
Yeah.
you were to
Mhm.
face to face, and everybody, they're
Right.
they're
Like
losing.
Frank Lucas said on American Gangster, the loudest one in the room is
You see.
always the freaking weakest.
Yes.
Yep.
Always.
always.
every
And
time.
I really believe is half of these women met up and didn't know who they were, half of these women
They would
would be getting along.
you
They
Hmm.
would get along.
Yeah.
It is
Yep.
it's just it just
look,
so it just because this, like I said, this right here, this YouTube stuff, I said I wish this was, because I'm 57, I'm older than anybody on the panel. I was
right.
like, I wish this was back in my younger days. I said I could have really worked
Oh
with this.
yeah. Oh yeah. Listen. If listen, I don't say plenty of times before my baby. That's when I got in a lot of trouble. But when I got my baby was here. I became humble. I became a mother. I
Hmm.
turned a lot of stuff around. I pray nothing happens to my daughter. I
It's
pray
not.
because I'm telling you right now, this is crazy, and it's uplifting women. We supposed to be upstanding women, lifting each other up, or
Mhm.
it's crazy. All they're doing is tearing each other down, or wanting to just pointing out things about what you did, Dawson. For what?
My
For
But
thing
what?
is,
listen,
if you don't uplift somebody, don't tear them down. At least
but listen,
Right,
just because you associate with other people, they try to rope you into that person. Yo, that
Yes,
person is a grown
exactly.
adult. Just because I listen to her or listen to him, that doesn't mean that I always agree. But I'm not mad. So
right,
you can't tell me who to listen to. Because when I was listening to you, you were okay with it.
yeah,
You
that's
right,
what
see,
I'm
so
saying. Then
you can't pick and choose. First of all, you
what is
can't
good
control
for
me.
you?
You First of all, you can't control me. That's just not gonna
right,
happen. It just like
right,
I told y'all before, I'm a Gemini. I do what I want when I'm in the mood to. That's really how
right.
it goes. All
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
I think it's hard to control any black woman because we are strong-minded
We
women.
strong.
Right. It
Right,
was times I can control my damn self. So you better get out
right.
my damn face.
Hmm.
I love it.
Yeah.
You better go on that.
Tips, you know what they say that about me. Sometimes I'm like, girl, I can't even stand you some damn time. Like sometimes I can't even control me because once I'm out of control, forget it. I am off that ledge.
I'm there.
Off the ledge,
Yeah.
And
So
then we're off to the races.
there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
But
And
but
see, I gotta be very careful because I was a married single mom. I married my high school sweetheart. I just got a divorce just recently. So I
oh,
got three beautiful daughters. So I raised three beautiful daughters. So I gotta be really careful because they watching us. Our kids watch
Right.
us.
Oh
absolutely.
yeah.
Hmm.
They
Listen.
watch us.
I'm not
And
Mhm.
I'm
so
not
I got to be careful on the way that I present myself in front of them at all times. I noticed
Right.
when my daughter came back and said, "Mama, the way that you," and I'll be like, "Damn, I forget who I was with."
right. You know what?
Right.
Like when you said that, that made me think of my daughter. One day
So true.
this doggone app and I was acting a plumb fool. Do you hear me? I was cussing and screaming and doing all this foolishness. And my daughter came in and she was like, she just looked at me like, this ain't even you. What the heck? What are you doing? Right. And
Hmm.
I felt foolish because
Yes.
like, first of all, I don't have no drama in my life. I really don't. And she knows I don't rock like that. I don't give people that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I allow the devil to drag me into this foolishness,
Hmm.
right? But I mean, it is what it is, right? I know who I am. I know my personality. I know the type of people I attract. I know what's good, right? You feel me?
Right.
So with that being said, I mean, ladies, we have to know again who we are, whose we are,
Right.
Yes.
and, and stand stand by yourself 10 toes down, right? You
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
have to stand on your word. And,
Hmm.
and and guess what? If your word changes because you decide to change it, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
we
Yeah.
change, grow every day. Listen, my dreams and aspirations when I was in my 20s was different when I was in my 30s, was different when I was in my 40s. And I promise you,
Right.
it's very different in my 50s, right? When I
Right.
Yes.
20s, I wasn't thinking about retiring at 60. When I was in my 30s, I
That's
wasn't thinking
deep.
about
That's really
It
deep.
is
Yeah.
deep. Cause it's growth. It's growth, and
Exactly.
if you ain't growing and being with somebody, you can. I like Tip. I used to be around older women all the time,
Me
older
too.
people
Hmm.
all the time. And
Uh-huh.
if I can't learn from you, I'm gonna get the hell
Ain't no
away from
need.
you.
Ain't no need.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
No need.
as you getting older, you supposed to see yourself growing.
Elevate. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Especially, it sounds like all of us is raising, all of us raise young women.
Yes.
So I don't have no
Right.
sons. I have three daughters, and I raised them. I was a single married woman, and believe me, I have beautiful young women, and none of them have children. I have a 27-year-old, which is my
I
baby. I have
saw 'em. They are
They're
beautiful.
beautiful.
They are.
Yes.
and
Yes.
none of them. But I had to, like you said, even though our kids is watching us, the way that we carry ourselves as women,
Right.
because they mimic our whole life. Because I have one that she'd be like, "Mama, I remember you." I mean, she mimics my life, so I got to be careful by the way that I carry myself. I
Facts.
have to be
Yeah.
careful.
Right.
Yeah.
Cause like I said, when my daughter came in, she was like, cause she knows I don't rock like that. She know I don't. And she just knows that's not who I am. And truly how I am outside of work is really how I am inside of work. What you see really is what you get. I don't change how I talk. I mean, I do
Right.
somewhat, but my team, they know who I am. They've been with
Hmm.
me. Listen, I've been with this company for 17 years. And the last job I had, I was there 17 years, right? And I quit
Hmm.
that job, lock, stock, and barrel, and then got another job, right? Got this job here, and I've been there 17 years. Everybody on my team has been with me. Listen,
Hmm.
this is just tells you how I roll. Everybody on my team has been with me at least between 12 and 17, 12 and 15 years. I've been
Oh
with them
Wow.
17.
wow.
And some of
Wow.
them have been with me
Wow.
17 years since I, started working there. So I'm just saying, I
That's
know
big.
you feel me? So
That's big.
these people can't touch me, man. And when I tell
Hmm.
you, and
Hey,
listen,
hey, hey, Dimples, when do I start?
I know.
listen, listen, and even before COVID, let me tell you, even before COVID, we worked from home. We
I
worked from
love
home before COVID,
that.
right? And I tell you, I mean, and I'm all about, my staff. They know what's up. If
That's
they
awesome.
know what's up. If they got family issues, I make it a win-win. Right now, I have an employee. She's from India, right? She lives here. But her mother-in-law is very ill. And she said to me, I need to leave tomorrow. I said, so what you want to do? Take your laptop with you and work in India? And she
Wow.
was she was like, because she was thinking she was gonna have to take all the time. I was like, no, you
Right.
know what? She took all last week off,
A
and on Monday
win-win.
she will log in from India. You feel me? I
A
makes it
Wow.
win-win situation.
I makes it a win-win.
Yeah.
I don't play about my
Yes.
employees.
That's what it's
Yeah.
about.
I
And
love that.
I have a very diverse group. I have older white gentlemen. I have,
Mm.
a black woman on my team, an elderly black woman on my team, young Caucasian women, middle-aged Caucasian women. Trust and believe me, I have a very diverse team, and we talks about diversity regularly. Because let me tell you, I told them about the story. I have two nieces. One is I have more nieces, but the two I'm talking about is my sister's two girls. One is she'll be 16 in a couple weeks, the one I took to get her permit. And then I have the other one is 22. Well, the one that's 22, she's a very picky eater. She don't like baked macaroni and cheese in the oven. So my niece that's 15, she says, they call me TT. She says, TT. When she was younger, she asked me, she was 9 at the time. She says, I know what you can get me for my birthday. I said, what? She said, I want a soul food meal. I said, what you want? What you want? She said, I want some neck bones. I want some rice, some cabbage and cornbread. Look, corn on the cob, macaroni and
Oh.
cheese, deviled eggs. I said, you want the black people macaroni and cheese or the white people kind? Because the she
Oh
likes
my
the baked
God.
kind, the black people kind you put in the oven. The 22-year-old, she want the kind on the stove. So
Wow.
You know, when I was telling my staff this, right? We were talking about diversity, and I had to take a step back because I can't walk around talking about the black market, the black people kind or the white people kind, right? And they laugh because see,
Right.
that's about being transparent, right? And so I'm very transparent
Right.
with my staff. I'm extremely, and that's why they're extremely transparent with me. Do you
Yeah.
know right now?
Mhm.
Here it is. Here it is on a Saturday. Right now, they could call my phone and be like, you know what? I need this. And I'll make it happen. And they have my work cell phone number. They could
Right.
call me anytime, day or night. That's how I roll.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
Right.
listen, they're like my family, but they are my employees, right?
That's why I
Right.
said that if half of these women on this YouTube that is against people
Yeah.
meet you, they would really like you.
Right, because
Right.
I keep it 100, right? And they be on something personal, right? And like you said, they don't know you. When people don't like you, it's because they don't know you. Let me give you another example. I had a black girl on my team, and she was a little bit younger. She was probably in her 30s. Then I had an older white girl. She's like at 50s, right? And boy, they couldn't stand each other, right? So you know what I did? We moved desk, right? I put them right next to each other. You know why? Because the reason why they didn't like each other is because they didn't know anything about each other. And when I set them
Wow.
next to each other, they learned about each other, and they learned that they had a lot in common. They had more in
Wow.
common than they didn't have in common. And before you know it, they were very good friends. The only difference is the black girl, LaRonda, she had to learn. Well, Judy, she's a white lady. She had to learn that LaRonda wasn't the morning person. When LaRonda come in, don't get the drilling and talking to her. Give her 45 minutes to get settled. And then you
Right.
could talk to her. Judy, she wake up talking. Right. So I'm like, you need to give her 50 feet and let her, get her morning going. And when they did that,
Right.
you couldn't stop them from like hanging out, going to breaks together, going lunches together. It's because we don't know anything about that person,
Know
and
each other, and
we
they
start
judge each other
making
from.
Yes.
you
Mm-hmm.
have those preconceived connotations about those people, and you can't do that, right? You don't know,
Right.
so we
And
have
I
to do
feel like
better.
that a lot of that's going on YouTube. Like, well, I
Yeah,
don't care if, regardless, if I don't rock with you or a sub to you, it's okay. It's okay. You don't
it's
have to
Yeah.
come for
yeah,
me, or I might could be in a chat laughing about what um
yeah. What I'm saying,
this person is saying. That doesn't mean that I know your life. I'm not trying to dig up your. I don't have the time to dig up your life. I
what
don't care.
Mhm.
that girl
Like,
said,
It's
she,
just
yeah.
it's just like Roz
I'm
because
trying to
I
I'm
met
trying to
Roz.
get
I
mine.
met I
uh,
met Roz in Las Vegas and I met Roz in New York. Like if they knew Roz, Roz is one of the coolest persons you ever. Roz is like a
Right,
down home person. Like she is
right.
so
she's
cool in person,
cool.
and she look and like I said, the camera don't do her justice. Roz is built up like a brick house. Roz is a nice looking woman. People don't even know.
Look,
I'm
we
telling
seen
you.
all of that. We seen all of that behind her when she went live a couple times. I said, all right, Raj, you better work, honey.
But but you know what though? See, like
Yes.
like you say, they don't know her. If they got to know her, I mean, this is YouTube. This isn't her life. And they say, oh, this her life. Well, yeah, okay, she made good money. So that's what she doing. She talking her talk. And guess what? That's just like an actor or an actress is playing like a,
Yeah,
a, a teacher or playing a lawyer. That's their job. That's what they doing. So you get on here and you get mad because she doing what she doing and you not doing it better than her.
I
Do
hate
better.
it.
yeah,
Right. If her job is to come out here and give commentary on this person, that's her business.
That's
Why
what
are
she's
you
yeah,
make
trying to do.
right? Why are
yeah.
you like I say, they letting the wrong shit fuck with them, right?
Yeah.
What you worried about it
Mhm.
for?
Yeah.
You know?
Hey,
Yeah,
but you know what? It's not. That's not the issue. That's not
Right.
the issue.
Right.
That's not where this shit stems from. It's not her
yeah.
talking about
Right.
having
Come on.
reactions on trees. It's
Right.
not. It's
Hmm.
just it's totally just jealousy, envy, and hate. That's all that
That's
shit
it.
is. That's
That's it.
all it is. That's all it
That's
is.
it.
But everybody got their own thing. Everybody ain't gonna be able to do what she do. and
Yeah.
how she do it. And they just need to
Yeah.
come to fucking grips with it. That's all that is.
Mhm.
You know, everybody has their own way of doing
Right.
things.
That's just like you, Vanessa. You got your business, right? You bedazzle, merchandise, right? And I come in here and I'm mad because you doing your thing. I gotta that's a my issue, not yours. That's a my issue, not your
Right.
issue. And so what
Right.
what what we have to do is like, and they have a big thing with grouping people with people. Now listen, just
Right.
because Roz and DJ or DJ was saying stuff about Roz and they go back and forth, right? I like DJ. She funny as hell to me.
Me
I mean,
too.
Me
but
too.
I mean,
We do.
and then why do we have to judge her because of somebody else? And we the people in the chat, we falling victim to what other people want us to do. Be mad
Yeah.
at this person. I don't want to be mad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to be mad. We can.
Mhm.
It's okay for us to agree to disagree. It's okay to agree to disagree.
It's
Right.
okay.
And I'm gonna
And one
go
thing
and
about
I'm gonna go
me,
where I
one thing
wanna
about
go be in the chat and laugh and share and I'm gonna do all of
yeah,
that. And if you feel like you wanna point me out, then this ain't even where I wanna be at anyways. Ross always said, y'all go where you wanna go as long as you
Right.
ain't
yes,
touching me. And I
yes.
don't have any heart to
Anyway,
talk to her because she's a genuine
and she ain't never tried to steer
woman to
nobody.
me, person to me. Like,
Because your gift is gonna make room for you. Your gift is gonna make room for you.
Yes,
It is.
exactly.
Yeah, I agree. Gift will make room for you. I like that. I like
Every
that thing.
well put.
right.
I
Yeah.
really, ladies, I really, first of all, Tips and Vanessa, I really appreciate you all for allowing me and Diamond D and Seven to join your panel.
Yes.
We appreciate
No
that.
problem.
And
We
this
appreciate
Anytime.
y'all too. We like the little fish now,
Thank
you know.
y'all.
Hey,
We
hey, you
don't
guys.
We
mind.
the little sisters,
Before you guys
Yeah.
leave, before you guys leave, I need y'all all to come on my panel. I definitely need
Okay.
all you guys to come on my panel too, because I need to
Yeah,
get my voice out.
Of course.
yeah. I wish you would have you could have shared this. How did y'all tell me to do it? Because these ladies know how to do it. We could have
I don't
shared.
know
That,
how to do it.
hey, Seven, did you when you came in, did you click on more and hit stream to your audience?
No, see, I didn't.
Oh,
I'm not computer
that's
savvy.
okay. We're gonna do it again next Saturday. Look, next Saturday. You know I'm from Columbus,
Next
Georgia.
set.
Next Saturday.
Yeah.
We need
Hmm.
to make
Okay.
this a every weekend thing, y'all.
I would like that.
I've
Yes.
enjoyed
Right.
this so much. Like,
We could talk about
Yes.
And
so many things.
some
yes.
somebody can pick a topic or we
Yeah.
can
Just
also
whatever
you can
comes
put in
up.
also
And
too demonstrate like you could do a poll on your channel and decide
Oh,
on what your subs want to talk about too.
Yes.
right. And we
absolutely.
can each do it on each of our channels because
Right.
women's you have a community wall now, right?
I don't know how to see. I'm going tomorrow over to my son-in-law. He's going to show me how to, because I want to post you guys' channels on my community wall.
I
Due
think
to the fact that I don't know how to do
you
that.
have a community wall now. I want to
Yeah.
say
Yeah,
it
I
right.
do,
You do.
Mhm.
Yep.
but I don't know how to work it.
Just click on it.
Oh,
Click on your tab.
yeah. Just click on the
They
community
add
wall
a
tab.
tab. They add a tab. When it's time, they add that tab. So
Right.
just scroll all the way over. I think the first one is shorts, then videos, then something, and then community tab. And then just click on that and then it'll say post.
Right.
Yep. So yes.
Okay.
I've been posting a lot of stuff on my community wall, and what I also learned to do.
You a mess.
I I learned today that I read a little bit today that because I wanted somebody said yesterday or somewhere and within the last couple of days that Tracy 414 I'm sorry Tracy 414 said that
Uh-huh.
you can post videos and have people watch your videos and you not be there. But
Yes, you
I
can.
have
Oh yeah. So
but
your
Use
screen yard, like
StreamYard,
how we
girl.
doing now, we don't
Yeah.
have you can sit there and record without people being in your chat. You recording it, you putting out everything you want. Just say it like you doing like a workout. You can put you a
Right.
video out like you doing your workout. It's recording you doing your workout and
Right.
you post it. So you
but
can do
but
that every
Really?
day and post that.
but what I
Yep. Through
learned
StreamYard. Do you have
but what
StreamYard 7?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Yeah.
but what I learned is that in order, like I wanted to post a video, right? So say for
Uh-huh.
example,
Hmm.
I did a video, I took a video of something, right? I wanted to post that in StreamYard and it said I had to upgrade like to $20 a month. It was like
Oh, you know what? You
$267.
ran out of what is it? It tells you know how to give you so many hours or something with StreamYard if you
Yeah,
Okay,
they
had
give
yeah,
like
me
yeah.
curious.
So many hours with StreamYard that you can use for that first plan, that free plan or whatever. So
Yes.
once you use that, they will try to upgrade
charge
you
you. Mm-hmm.
um
To
to that second one, that $20.
Hmm.
But make sure that tab, that little widget thing is like set to monthly or
Yes,
yearly.
and not
It'll
yearly.
automatically put you on yearly.
I
Yes.
saw
If you
that.
remember back then, hint with the chat, it was set to yearly, and yeah.
Yeah. Sonny, they say you can also make a short from the same video. So like Dimple J, if you want just say for example, you want to come on and just, explain something or just do like
Hmm.
a workout video, or you want to
Yes.
explain something about like a diet or something, you can
Mm-hmm.
record yourself or you can
On real
do a
quick.
short.
Right,
Yeah.
but what the reason I was thinking about doing the pre-video and trying to put it on StreamYard, because what I did find out, I read that your shorts do not go towards your watch hours.
They don't,
No,
And
they
that's
don't.
what and
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yep.
right. And so originally I was thinking they did. So I started trying to post
I did
shorts.
too. I
But
thought
Yeah.
that too.
when I read a little bit more, it's more so when you post shorts, it branches out to the world, right? And
Right.
so and
It
people,
hits more people.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah,
and then
because
that's
when
how you,
I did that thing about, the missing people and everything, I
yes,
had like 1.9, like
Mhm.
within minutes. And I was
Yeah,
like,
like,
wow, but what it did,
yep.
some people subscribe to my channel though,
that,
you
yes.
know.
Yep. That's the good thing
Mm-hmm.
about those short.
Eh,
I
Right.
literally had a little short about just showing downtown Columbus, Georgia,
yeah.
and I got like 1,000 views within an hour.
Wow. And
Right.
now is Columbus, Georgia near Augusta? I was just in
It's
Augusta in
about
February.
I say it's probably about an hour and a half.
Okay. So
Guess
my
I'm
Girl,
about
I'm
a
in your
I'm
city
about an
all the
hour.
time. I'm in your city all the time,
You have
Columbus,
family
Georgia.
in Columbus. I saw that yesterday.
Yeah, I
yeah.
have my brother live out there. I'm always in Columbus. Because
Really?
the lady that I did the interview, you should know her from Columbus, Trina
Art,
Price.
that name, and it's funny. That name sounds so familiar when you did that interview with her.
Yeah,
That name sounds so familiar.
yeah. Because I'm always in your area. I'm always in Columbus.
So I live in Alabama. I've lived in Georgia too. I'm like literally on the line. I'm 10 minutes from the Georgia line. So anytime I usually work in Columbus or Fort Benning, Georgia, the military base. Well, it's
Yeah,
Fort Moore now. Um, but yeah, I'm right here, right here.
I
I'm
come
about
through
to
Atlanta a lot.
say,
I
and
come through Atlanta.
I'm like an hour and 15 minutes from like Fairburn, which is Atlanta.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I go to Atlanta a lot. And because I've been to every state in the United States, so it's no
Oh
state I ain't been to.
wow. I
Yeah,
love
I've been to
that.
every state. But see, when I was a kid, my parents took us on vacations a lot, so I've seen a lot of states when I was a kid. But as I got older, I fly a lot. Like I'm leaving in 2 more weeks. I got to go to Austin, Texas. So I move around a lot. I'm never staying still. I go move a lot.
I love that.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
love
and it's
it.
Yeah, I
yeah
said
different things for my
when
business.
And I like to learn more about
Dimple
that
said,
too.
Yes.
remember
Yes.
remember when Tracy did like that video? I think she recorded so her music, she recorded all that. She pre-recorded it and she
Yep.
put it out and
She was in
played
the
it.
chat.
So
But
yeah.
how did
Yep.
she get it on her video on her live though?
So by her being monetized, she probably pay. I want to say if she probably, I don't know what she's paying because it's different. But
Oh, so
regardless of the
that's
fact
why.
that what, mm-hmm.
Because when I read it, in order to do those pre-recorded videos, you have to be on that next level. And it said 267 annually, but I
No,
did see $20 a month. But when I went to click it, it said 267 now. I thought,
so that was for the year. The
okay.
Yeah.
$20 is for the
Yeah. So
month.
be careful because
Yeah.
it's gonna automatically put you on the year. You go all the way up, look at
Mm-hmm.
the top, and then it'll say monthly right beside the year, and that little tab
Yes.
hit
Now,
monthly.
so let me ask you
Right.
this question: What can you cancel anytime?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that I would like, because I thought, okay, then maybe this would be a good way to get my watch hours up, is to
Yes.
upload some of those videos. So maybe I'll pay $20 just to help. Well, hopefully this live will help us
And
because
then you'll
I'm at
profit that all the way back once you
right
get monetized. Right.
now. I
Right.
see, and here's another thing: because I acted a fool on like 3 of my videos,
It's
I don't want to like.
fine.
I don't want to like bring my friends over to see that because they are
But you
like,
know what too? You can
I
also, because even
sis,
with, let me
I
tell you
get
what I did. So with me
okay,
talking about my mom and I constantly came on the videos, what I did was I
the
still
private.
got the watch views for it, but I private it.
You can
So you
private
can go
them.
in and you can
You
private
can
it to
bring
where
them
they
in
can't.
and out as you please.
so let me
Right.
ask you guys this question: when you if you put it on private, that means it will no longer get watch hours, right?
Nobody can go
Right.
in and see
Until
it, but
you
I've
put it
gotten
back on public where they can watch it.
Right,
right.
so I
Yeah.
think
That's the only thing about that. Yeah.
right, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
right, and I don't, I mean, that's really, I don't, because that's not who I am, honestly. I ain't
Right.
about all
Right.
that
I
hooping.
get it.
And if my friends seen that, they'll be like, girl, what the hell are you
I
doing
know.
over there?
I'm the same
Yeah.
way.
So guess
They-
what? Me and Tip broke up and I said, nah, let me just private that because that's not
Look,
me.
we privated some stuff together.
Yeah,
right,
sure did.
I
Like
need
some of
to,
that stuff I ain't even care to
I'm
private
like,
nothing about.
look, cause my mama is a good, wholesome woman. She was like, I told my mama, come on, please, mama, come on and subscribe. Think
yeah,
And I'm
about
gonna tell you, Double J,
look, I
my
think
daughter
I was
is
gonna get to
probably
1,000 just like that.
my
Wow.
daughter's
It didn't
probably
matter
watching
what
us.
person did about her.
Um, my daughter is subscribed to me and Tip, so she's probably subscribed. I think she's subscribed to Kim, but she's
okay,
watching every time I hit the live button. She get a
And I
notification.
have
She's
a I
watching
have a couple of
over
more pages
right.
just in case it
Like
ain't
I
no
don't,
no trolls kind of stuff. But I have subscribed to you Dimples on those, and I'm gonna use those to get on sevens tonight.
there.
yes,
Hmm.
Those and subscribe. So
I
give
Yeah.
me three more
I have one
shows
more
on
page.
yours.
I
Seven.
have one more page, and I need to make sure that, and it's called, my other page is Sunshine to You. So
Hmm.
I'll make
Okay.
sure that she is subscribed to all 3 of you as well.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'm
Thank
like,
you.
I gotta go and put those videos on private because
I get
Right.
it.
I'm embarrassed if my friends
So
see
I
that.
go in your
know. I
studio
know. Me
Uh-huh.
to
too.
do that. Dimple J, you need to
She
go
said I
in
gotta
your
put them on
Go to your
studio
private.
and hit
studios.
those 3 buttons on the side, and you could private it. you know.
Okay.
Oh, and another thing, y'all. Seven and Dimples. Look, go and download Tube Buddy. Have y'all did
Yeah.
that?
No, what's Too Buddy?
No. What
It
is
Okay,
gives
that?
you a
go
better
and
view.
go. It's gonna show you everything.
Right.
Y'all, do y'all have YouTube Studios already?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
I do.
Okay.
Okay, great. So go and go to your go get the app.
Okay.
Tube Buddy.
Got
It's
it.
gonna show you you know how we have you go to somebody's video and you see the like button and the dislike button. It's gonna show you who disliked. It's not gonna show you
Mm-hmm.
necessarily who disliked, but it's gonna show you how many people disliked the video. It's gonna show you more in depth than what it is on the actual YouTube studios. And it's gonna give you milestones, it's gonna keep you going.
I'm gonna tell you one
Really?
thing. Some of the good
Yes, it's
videos
really
he
good.
put
It's
out, I
really,
can't
really
understand why
good.
people
Y'all
hit
gotta
the
let me
down
know how y'all
button.
like it. I love you, too, buddy.
Yep.
Wow, I got educated on a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
yep,
Tip educated me on that one. I was like, what?
yeah.
Yeah. And like
It's look, it's passed down from generation to generation. That's all.
I remember Kids by the Sun. She told me your studio is your best friend, and it
It
really is. It
is.
gives
It
you,
really is. And then
it
look,
breaks
y'all.
everything down.
Y'all can look at the age range of who's watching you in the analytics.
Right.
You can see
What
what
country?
countries and all of that. It's so
Yeah.
neat
It's
because
gonna
I'm
tell
a
you.
technical type person. I like to see
Mm-hmm.
like where did this come from and how did you end up here and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like
Ask you.
dimples like on your shorts. Like
Yeah.
you'll see like where did you come from? You know?
Right.
So yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Now
Yes.
let me ask you this question. One of the things I noticed that when you go in your YouTube studio, it'll say unsubscribe, or then it'll say subscribe. Like when I see, like, say next to your name, it'll say
Uh-huh.
unsubscribe. Does that mean you unsubscribe to me?
Um
I
I
see.
don't
So, like,
know.
okay. So, for example, I'll say by your name, it'll say unsubscribe. But then next to Vanessa name or Seven's name, it'll say subscribe. And then I'm like, did they unsubscribe to me? Because I'm Patty. I will unsubscribe to you too.
I,
look.
I I don't listen, Denver J. I don't know if they unsubscribe, but you damn sure know when they subscribe because it's gonna say in your thing
Look, but
up
the
there
only way that you
subscribe.
will know that
Yeah,
they are subscribed if your subscribers are public.
right.
You have a setting on your YouTube where
So
it
that means
says
your thing is public then for you to see that because I've never seen that.
I can
no
see.
for everybody just say if I have mine set to public subscribers, I will allow anyone. If you go to just say if you go to Rod's channel, you hit
Right.
channel and it shows you everybody she's subscribed to.
Uh,
Whereas you go
Yes.
to Glam channel, it don't show channels. It don't.
Yes.
It's not public.
Right. Now,
Right.
You see what
right. But
I'm saying?
I'm talking about in your YouTube studio. I know exactly what you're talking about. You can see
Okay.
all the people they sub to, but when you're in your YouTube studio, there's a tab where I can see it'll show me the people. It'll have your name. It'll have how long you've been on your how long you. How many members you have? Like Roz have
So
14,000 because she
uh huh.
subscribed to me, and it say Rosalind, and then it'll say or whatever it say, chopping over Roz fourteen
Right.
thousand, and then it'll say subscribe. Then I'll get to your name. I'm making this up. It'll have your name. I see your name, and it'll say your 5,000 subs, and it'll say unsubscribe. Like I'm like, did she unsubscribe to me? Do I gotta go to her page and unsubscribe to her? Because I
I
was
wonder
Wow.
if
subscribed.
that's because
Okay.
I
I see
wonder
what
if
you're
that's because
saying.
you subscribe to that person and then you could just I
Look,
wonder if
I
you
don't
click
think it
on
shows. It shows when you actually go to that person's page. You see what I'm saying?
But why
Yeah.
If you
couldn't?
were on
oh,
another page,
But
if
why
you were
does?
on another,
But I'm in my YouTube studio, so I can look at seven. and Seven will say unsubscribe, and then Rouse will say subscribe, or you'll say subscribe. So what does that mean?
See, all of them, I don't think all of them shows. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because mine
Oh,
don't show that.
All of them don't show unless that person push on their actual channel to show if they show up in somebody else's
but
thing.
why
I
would it?
believe
So, like for example, I don't see just I don't think I seen Glam, but I can't remember who I seen. I know that, for example, Jersey Girl shows like unsubscribe, but you'll say subscribe. Does that mean? I don't know what that means.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I
And
believe
I'm
I
just
gotta
being
go
it's
out there with
look.
y'all.
I'm gonna have to go in and look.
according to how they got it set up. That's the conclusion I came up with. Because I know
Okay.
exactly what you're talking about now.
Okay.
Because I was
Okay.
like that too. I was like, what the heck? Because I'm going through, if your shit show, I'm trying to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like,
know what you're talking about.
And then
Cause
too,
it's
that could
like
be a good.
when it says unsubscribe, it's like it's blank where you can't even push it. Like
what? No, I could
So
press
I'm
it.
thinking like everybody page is different. So whoever, just say Double J may have her page set up to where it's open to see for her subscribers, or
sorry,
you know,
y'all, I had
but
a
like
phone
my
call.
page is private as far as my subscribers. I don't want nobody to know about my subscribers, so you couldn't see regardless. So
Oh,
everybody page is probably set up different.
well, I'm gonna make
Mm-hmm.
mine private so people can't
Right.
see it.
Yeah, because
I
mine
think
Like
is regular private.
let's just say
I
like
don't think I have all. Yeah, I don't think
let's
I
just
have all
say
the
like
stuff.
I had a couple of a couple of people when they sub to me, I can see like it'll come up in my notifications when they subscribe with their name. Like
Oh,
seven. Like yesterday I could see when you sub to me, you know, but like when I first started my channel, it was people that was coming in. I couldn't see them. You know, it wouldn't give me no notification of who was subbing or not. So it's just and that's on the computer, and that's is different because it's on the computer. It's,
Right,
YouTube Studios is different from the mobile app.
oh,
right.
man, listen.
It's
Because see,
way,
mine is
way
private. I got all
different.
mine private. You can't see my
Yeah,
stuff
but
at all.
Um,
I don't think I have everything you guys have because I only have like 133 subs. So I don't think I have
but
everything
but
you guys have.
but that don't
No,
matter
you
how
still
many
have
subs.
No,
that
yeah,
seven.
yeah,
It
You
you
don't
still
matter.
have
have
it.
it. You still have it.
It's always set up to how
Are you
your
using a
notification, how
laptop
you have it.
or a phone?
Right. So it's in like your settings. You got to go in your settings.
Which one are you
And
using, Seven? Are you using your phone or are you using a laptop or computer?
I'm using my tablet
Okay, okay, okay. So
and then I use
with
my
that with
phone
your
too.
tablet you can do a lot more. It's gonna show you a lot of more options than you can on your
the
phone.
phone.
So you on
Yeah.
the right thing from the start.
It
Right,
Because
to
basically
create.
wants
I
you to use
initially
your
started
computer
off
or
with my
tablet.
phone. And when I
Mm-hmm.
saw it on a computer, I was like, dang, I didn't have all these options.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. I mean, and see, I'm still struggling on this MacBook because I'm trying to figure out this mouse. This mouse, ugh, I got that. What'd you call it? The wireless mouse. Oh my God, this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh
I had to tell my
Yeah,
husband,
look, Teresa
child,
said, "Are y'all running the marathon and didn't tell nobody?" Yeah, yeah.
We
We
listen,
just
in the
chilling.
positive marathon, baby. You didn't
We
know.
just
listen.
chilling.
Look, didn't you
We,
know? Didn't you know how?
tell Teresa,
I
we are
gotta put that
just.
in my doggone. Look, I gotta
I
put that
love it.
in my phone now. You made me
Tell
sing
them,
that
look,
song.
I'm in the midst of good company. I'm in the midst of good company.
I,
Yes,
I'm
you
the
are.
same way. And you know what though? This is honestly for people like ourselves, we're very new. I mean, Vanessa and Tips have been doing it a little bit longer. They have a little bit more experience. So they're really teaching us, y'all should think about
I'm
doing a
still
Zoom
learning.
class.
I call Glam. Glam
Uh,
got it all.
I'm
Call
still waiting on
Glam.
Rise class.
Look,
Yeah, see,
call,
Graham
I'll
should
get
do a
my
whole.
last few
listen.
dollars.
Glam and Brittany them know listen, me and Tip was trying to go live one time. The first time, here she go. She said, I'm so nervous. She say, we was asking questions. She say, I'm gonna call Candy because he gonna call Glenn. We got both of them on the
Oh, I'm
phone
so nervous,
together.
y'all.
We could
Oh,
not
I'm
know.
so
We didn't know
nervous.
what we were doing.
Why was
Look, I'm
you
so nervous.
nervous?
When we did that panel with Glam and Angel Mom, oh my God, I had just got off of work. I was like,
But
look,
Child,
look, I am a recovering addict. I might have took a shot or two. I ain't tell you, I ain't
yeah. We both kept saying
but
we
them
so
bitches tell me
nervous
I'm
because that was
right,
our first
bitch. Bitch,
time.
I probably I'm
Mm,
scared. Look,
you
I was scared hell. Shit.
you didn't have to be,
I was
girl.
scared.
we was both scared. And then it was
Look,
all the way
because
down to about two.
those are bigger platform, and we
Yeah.
had just started our channel. Shit.
Right,
We had
They
right.
just
say
got off of
Roz
work too.
Roz is live.
Oh, how long Roz have been live?
Oh,
Did you
I
just
don't
tell
even
her?
know. We've been
Hey
live what
Jennifer.
We've been
4 hours.
we've been really kicking it over here, just talking, doing
We
our
have
vibe.
it has been a marathon, ain't it, y'all?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. But guess
I
what?
can't
It was a
imagine a
positive
marathon being
marathon. Yes,
negative.
it was positive. It wasn't down talking
It
anybody.
was
It was
very
uplifting.
informative.
Yes, I love it. So,
Love it.
I guess we'll
Make
just
sure
go
y'all
over.
download too, buddy.
Yes,
Yep, I did.
Yes.
I just
Y'all got
downloaded
it.
it. Yeah, it looks like we
and
missed Roz. It looks like she was on 18 minutes ago or something like that. 18 minutes.
oh,
Yeah, let me see. Hold on, let me look. Oh yeah, she was. Oh wow, hold
but
on.
Ross dropped in the chat. I don't know if y'all saw it. She dropped in our chat.
Oh, okay. I
Oh,
think
really?
yeah, I think we
Mhm,
did see her, and I think
mhm.
she
She
ended
said,
up
"Hey,
going live.
y'all."
Maybe.
Yep. So I just have to go back on the replay. She know I'm gonna go back and repost on my channel, whatever. Her
But y'all
live
Yeah,
know
I
anyway.
appreciate it.
it's so many channels now. It's hard
Yeah.
not to overlap now on this.
Right.
The channels that we rock with and stuff on this side. It's hard not to overlap. So it just is what it is.
It's like playing jump rope. You just gotta jump in somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Look, sometimes little shit. If you wait, you ain't gonna never get in.
I know.
Right.
I
Right.
was telling my daughter that because that same thing that you talking about because when I moved to where I live at in California, God told me to start having women Bible study in my house and I've been here like I was here like 8 years and never stepped up to the plate. He gave it to my
Yeah.
daughter and she ended up having a Bible study in the house. He'll give it to somebody else. If you don't move, he'll give it to somebody else that will
Look, give
move.
it to the closest thing to you, y'all.
Yeah, he will give
Oh
it to
wait,
somebody else that's willing to
Hey,
step up
Seven,
to the
is there
plate.
any way I can get in contact with you?
Yes, you know something? I'll message you on Messenger and I'll send my number to you.
Okay,
oh yeah.
please do.
Okay, then Sunny Day just put in the chat that Angel Mom is still alive. So we done
Yeah, we
child.
Lord have
But
mercy.
what real quick, what I was gonna say is that the good thing about the four of us being, pretty new and us sharing the live streaming together, that
right.
helps the four of us, right?
Right.
So
Right.
if
Yeah.
it did, if it did uh, um excuse me, somebody else came on while we were on live, right? At least the four of us will still, be able to get some
Right.
watch hours,
Right.
y'all
Right.
smaller, right? But we're still sharing across the board.
Exactly.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
Because I understand, I mean, this is not what I do every day, but if this is something we're gonna do, it is what it is.
Yep.
Yeah. And
and we help.
Yeah.
I love networking with all you guys. This is
I
networking. This
love
is
this. This is so
this is pouring into
therapeutic,
somebody
you
else, and
know.
God will pour into you.
Right,
And like when I got into sobriety, one of the main things I learned is stay the fuck away from people that didn't mean you no good, and
Yes.
be around people like y'all where I really belong.
Right,
Like
right,
right.
I didn't grow up a drug addict. I didn't
No.
grow up like
Yeah.
that. I grew up in a two-parent household with
right,
good people, and I still have good people behind me, or I wouldn't have made it, y'all. I would
right,
not
Right.
Yeah.
have made it.
You
And
know what?
I'm very, very, very intelligent, and I think that's another reason why I hated myself so much,
Mm-mm.
so long, because I knew I had it in me, but
right,
I couldn't find that shit in me to quit. Like, damn, you strong as fuck. Why the fuck you can't do this shit? You
right.
know? So I thoroughly, thoroughly appreciate y'all for coming up here
Mm-hmm.
and talking, because for so long, I just felt, and I've always had self confidence and stuff, but sometimes that shit went and it came and went,
You
and
got this, bro. You
I'm
do.
slowly getting that back, as far as knowing that I am what my God says I am.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
I know I am. It ain't. I am what He told me. He promised me, and
Right.
I know that, and I appreciate y'all so much. It's motivation, and I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah. It's not where you came
Dominique,
from, it's where you going. It's not where you came
right.
from, it's where you going.
Yes.
Dominique say we should try and do this every Saturday if possible.
I
Yes.
wish
Just whoever can
I'm
jump
down.
on.
Right.
And we'll
Right.
all get our hours like this right here.
I
Right.
just
Because
gotta
we
learn how
all
to
got
share it.
different we all got different subscribers in some sort of way.
Right.
Right. And hopefully
Right.
our
You
subscribers
might
will.
not watch me, and it's just all collective. And that's what it's
Right.
Yes.
all about. It's not all this bickering and shit. It's helping each other. That shit ain't a drop in the bucket. It's not.
Right.
It don't mean
Right.
shit at the end of the day. It don't mean
Right.
nothing. And
How are
I
you growing from it?
right.
How are you growing from
Exactly.
that?
What am I
And-
getting out of this?
right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I've learned a lot today on this panel, just from all of you and everyone else that was on here. You just learn so much, and you could hear the passion, like in Kiss's voice. You could hear the passion, and you can hear the excitement, when Seven was talking about, her LLC. I mean, that
Right.
that to me is what this stuff is really about, right?
Right.
Yes.
And I've learned a lot myself. I've
Yeah.
learned a lot. And I'm definitely gonna do what you said, Dimple J. I am. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna create a
Yep.
business page and I'll
Yes.
present everything over there and I'll start selling in the marketing place of I'm gonna do that.
And you know what? When you open up your business page on Facebook, share it to your personal page and tell your friends to like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you want them to like that. You want them to, subscribe to that page, right? Because
Hmm.
you want to gain their business, right? And
Right,
then when you post your pictures and your merchandise, make sure you
Right.
say like and share.
right,
Yes.
Like and
right.
share.
Yep.
Mhm. And
Okay.
then once you get your page and everything set up, you can do at everyone, and that means that everyone, 'cause like in my Facebook workout group, I type in at everyone, and every time I post something,
Oh
it'll
yeah.
it
Yep.
gives
I
every,
get added to those all the time. Look, I'm
Okay.
thinking I'm special. Look, I'm thinking I'm special. No, it's at everyone.
yeah. You are special. You are very
I am.
special. That's
Yeah.
true.
Thank y'all so much. Oh my goodness.
Y'all are
This has,
awesome.
this has been a blessing. I'm telling you, I am so blessed right now to be on
I
this
am
panel
too,
amongst you
Savannah.
women. You guys have really made my day.
You
Thank
look,
you.
y'all done made y'all made my yesterday, and y'all look going back to Columbus, Georgia now, Savannah. Sure enough, done made my Saturday.
Saturday.
Look,
I love
I
it.
wanted to be with Dimple J at the Mike Epps where she was
I
yesterday.
know,
I
I
wanted to
love
be there.
Mike. That's my
Yes.
man there.
Hey, you know, my friend, she is like a big time gambler. And let me tell you, she's always getting tickets. Like we went to go see Chris Tucker a couple months
Oh,
ago. And she's
yes.
always getting
She knows
something.
comedy
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but they give
Look, you
like
do too,
yeah.
obviously.
But they also give her tickets to like football games, and sometimes she'll pass on it. She'll just say never mind. She spends so
Yeah,
much at the casino to where they give her free rooms, everything. I'm like, girl,
that's
you know.
big.
Yeah, I love Shannon.
That's
She is great
nice.
people.
That's
And you know what?
awesome.
Let me tell you, I met Shannon working out. There was a personal trainer that used to do free workout sessions on Thursdays and Saturday mornings. And I
Mm-hmm.
tell you, Thursday nights and Saturday morning, and I met Shannon. And this probably about like 6, 7 years ago, and that's how I met her. So I mean, yeah, I mean,
It's funny and it's
Good.
crazy how you meet people.
right,
God to put people in your path. Ooh,
right,
boy. When I
right.
tell
Right.
you at the
Right.
right time.
I mean, we have fun. Whenever I go out with
Love
Shannon, we have
it.
a funky good time. Do you feel? You hear me? We have a funky good time. I enjoy her. You know, we are who we are. She's from Chicago. She is so hilarious. You know.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
love that.
But listen, ladies, I love you guys. I really appreciate the
Love you
opportunity
more.
to be on this panel with the three of you and all the other ladies that did join Diamond D, Glam, and Kiss. And did I miss anybody in us? Right. So I really enjoyed it, and I appreciate you guys. I'm all about each one teach one, and
Right.
I agree that if we can't do it every Saturday, let's do it a couple Saturdays out of the month.
Right.
And
Yes.
Right.
I will figure out how to post a poll on the on my community wall to see what topics people want to talk about. And if you guys
Right.
do the same, we can come together and figure it
Yeah.
out.
Yes.
And so yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Perfect.
And I think Angel
Right.
Mom is
Thank
on.
you.
I think Angel
Chip
Mom is
World,
on.
make sure you message me.
Okay, I will.
And
And
I
how
appreciate you ladies. Thank
Oh,
y'all for
yeah.
coming
Thank you
up.
guys so much.
All right. So you gonna let end us, Vanessa? You gonna take us out?
Yes. Yes. Thank y'all so much.
You
And
well.
I'll see y'all in the next chat if so. Okay.
Okay. Talk to you
And
guys
God bless
later.
all you ladies. Thank you
God
Yeah.
guys so
bless
much.
you
Same.
Yes.
too.
See y'all
Good
later.
night, y'all.
See ya.
Mm.